This is the CWS Championship Series from Omaha, Nebraska. Tonight's game on ESPN HD, ESPN's new high-definition service, presented by Philips and by Best Buy.
It all begins tonight. Omaha's Rosenblatt Stadium. The magic. The history. Game 1 of the Championship Series. They play for the title. One team seeking the NCAA National Championship for the third time.
I know it's gonna be the last couple times when we put this uniform on. You know, we're 2 wins away from doing something very special.
The Cardinal faces a program looking for their first ever team title in NCAA competition.
This is what I live for. You know, this is my dream since day one. We have one goal in mind, that's to win the national championship.
Stanford, ready to claim another crown. Rice, armed and ready to make history. Join us here in Omaha, the College World Series Championship Series, Game 1. Get ready for the magic.
It is the first game of the best of 3. The Stanford Cardinal at 50-16 against the Rice Owls 56-11 for a national championship. Now let's meet both teams. Here's the public address announcer, Bill Jensen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the participants for Game 1 of the 2003 NCAA Men's College World Series Championship Series. Please welcome to the field the bench players, assistant coaches, and team personnel for the Rice Owls. The head coach of the Owls is Wayne Graham. Let's meet the starting lineup for the Rice Owls. In left field, number 7, Chris Kolkhorst. In right field, number 16, Dane Bubella. At first base, number 27, Vincent Sinisi. In center field, number 9, Austin Davis. At third base, number 23, Craig Stansberry. At second base, number 13, Enrique Cruz. The designated hitter, number 22, Matt Eckert. At shortstop, number 11, Paul Janisch.
Here we go, let's go.
The catcher, number 19, Justin Ruckte. And pitching for the Owls with a record of 17-0, number 33, Jeff Neiman. Now, welcome to the field, the bench players, assistant coaches, and team personnel for the Stanford Cardinal. The head coach of the Cardinal is Mark Marquis. Now, here's the starting lineup for the Stanford Cardinal. In center field, number 5, Sam Fole. At third base, number 1, Johnny Ashe. In right field, number 24, Carlos Quentin. The catcher, number 12, Ryan Garko. In left field, number 7, Danny Putnam. At second base, number 4, Jed Lowry. The designated hitter, number 11, Chris Carter. At first base, number 3, Brian Hall. At shortstop, number 6, Tobin Swope. And pitching with a record of 7-2, number 20, Ryan Mccauley. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give one more round of applause for our 2 finalists for the 2003 NCAA College World Series, the Rice Owls and the Stanford Cardinal.
NCAA Championships on ESPN. The CWS Championship Series is brought to you by Coca-Cola, Let's Make It Real, and DirecTV.
Stanford has won the College World Series twice. They have also been twice runner-up. The Rice Owls back here for the 4th time in the last 7 years, going for their first national championship. And the Owls take the field here at Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha. Welcome to Nebraska, everybody. Mike Patrick, Harold Reynolds. Great to have you with us for the College World Series. It changed this year. It is a best 2 out of 3 format that favors pitching, and boy, does Rice have pitching.
Well, they're deep, no doubt about it. And this young man you're going to get a chance to see, Jeff Newman, is overpowering. 17-0. Come on, are you serious? Coming out of high school, they said he didn't get recruited by a lot of people because he didn't have a breaking ball. At that height, I think some people missed out.
Rice going for its first national championship ever, and they'll do it under the helm of Wayne Graham, the 67-year-old head coach. He's made a lot of friends in the last 4 trips out here, won 5 national JUCO titles, never won a national championship.
I'm excited for him. 67 years old. Talk about excitement. He is very excited.
Mark Marquis in his 27th year at Stanford, going for his 3rd world championship. For more on Stanford, here's Alex Flanagan. Alex?
Thanks, Michael. Stanford comes into this 6th game of its College World Series with a 4-1 record. And Coach Marquis has his team believing that because of that record, this is their year to win it all. In a speech to his team, he reminded them that in 1987 and 88, the year the Cardinal won the title, they lost 1 game in the early rounds of the College World Series and then won it all. In 2000 and 2001, they finished 2nd after sweeping their bracket and then lost in the final game. Ryan Garko says that knowing that has helped his team loosen up tremendously, and maybe even more important, it has helped them believe that, like in 1987 and 88, they are on track to win it all. For more on Rice, let's send it over to Dave Ryan.
All right, Alex, thanks so much. As you can imagine, with Rice and their pitcher, Jeff Neiman, tonight, he gives his team a tremendous amount of confidence. After all, as Harold mentioned, he's 17-0 this year, 22-1 in his great career. His 1 loss came last year, late in the season against Lamar. That's been it for his whole career. But his teammates and head coach Wayne Graham don't feel they are invincible with him on the mound just because he hasn't lost since May 8th of last year against Lamar. And Wayne Graham told him it's just 1 game at a time. One day, big guy, you'll be in the big leagues. Speaking of big, he's 6'9", 260, guys. And yesterday, as part of our ESPN promotional shoot, riding a horse. I don't think the horse enjoyed the horsing around too much, Mike.
All right, Dave. Looked like Matt Dillon out of an old Gunsmoke episode at 6'9". This is Neiman, the sophomore, 6'9", 260 from Houston. Look at the record, 17-0 with a sparkling 1.67 ERA. He has struck out 152, walked only 33, and 129 in the 3rd innings pitched. Just marvelous numbers for Jeff Neiman this year. And he's led Rice to that 56-11 record. And here is Sam Fuld, drafted by the Cubs this year, 1 hit away from tying an old record, but flies this one to right, and Bubella is under for the first catch, 1 gone on a fly ball to right. The middle of this order can really hit, particularly starting with Quentin, the number 3 hitter, just tearing it up in the postseason, as is Garko and Putnam. Lowry is coming on it well. The bottom third of the order has not hit that well, and they'll probably need them if they're going to overcome the tremendous Rice pitching in this best 2 out of 3. Johnny Ashe stands in. Got a solo home run, or that 2-run home run yesterday, the first of his career.
And that might be the first fastball he's taken the whole series right there. They will jump on that first pitch fastball. You saw Sam Fold do it. Johnny Ashe will also.
Ashe hitting .478 in the College World Series, takes that one high. Tied the game in the 7th inning, and that was really a big lift against Cal State Fullerton. Stanford had to win 2 in a row against their rival in order to qualify for this series. Breaking pitch, took something off and got it in there for a strike.
A lot of times when a pitcher's having trouble throwing a fastball for a strike, they will go to breaking ball because you got to set yourself a little bit better, and your mechanics have to be more sound to throw that pitch.
Got a slider and a knuckle curve to go with that big fastball. There was the heat, and that's foul outside first. When you can throw it 90 to 95 and you've got 2 good breaking balls to go with it, that's why he has those numbers.
Absolutely, and he, like he talked about earlier, if you're watching SportsCenter, he gets ahead of the hitter. That's what he wants to do, and then he can go use that other stuff. I'd mention, Mike, real quick, that he didn't have an off-speed pitch. They gave him that knuckle curveball you alluded to.
His numbers against Southwest Missouri. This one's popped back out of play. And Harold, when you see an ERA like 1.67 and a batting average against him all year of 195, that's with aluminum bats.
It's astounding. It really is, because the aluminum bat is like an equalizer. And you hit a ball bad, you still got a chance to get a base hit. That's what's really impressive about Newman.
Missed with a fastball. The count goes full to Johnny Ashe.
Those guys 6'9", 6'8", 6'6" out there. He may throw that ball 93, but it looks like 105.
Here's the payoff pitch to Ashe. A fastball hit to right. Way back. Way back. And it's gone into the wind. Johnny Ashe had gone his entire career without a home run. Now he has 2 in the last 2 games. And he crushed that thing into a 25-mile-an-hour wind.
Oh, my goodness.
Holy cow, what a shot.
He was so keyed in BP. That's a great swing. It's almost identical to the one he hit the other day. You know, I was wondering what Chad Cordero, Cal State Fullerton, might be thinking. You know, he's hit 1 home run his whole career, and now he comes back in the championship first game and hits another one.
Watched him in batting practice. I did not see him pull a single pitch. Everything went to left field, left field, left field, left field. That was smoked.
Wow.
2 homers and 316 at bats. And Neiman has been touched for 3 home runs here at the College World Series, and they have come on the last 4 guys he's faced. And now here's Quentin, who can lose 1 in a hurry. 12 homers, 62 RBIs. Ripped to short. Giannis diving stop. Long throw. Sweep tag, not in time. Boy, great play by Giannis. Tremendous effort by Sinisi to go with the tag, but it's a base hit.
Great play all the way around, and particularly Sinisi, the first baseman, to go get the ball and still have the presence of mind to try to make the tag. So many things happened on this play. Then Carlos Quentin going down. Watch Carlos Quentin, the little duck right there. That allowed him to get around Sinisi's tag. And Al Harris has had a tremendous College World Series right on top of that. When I'm talking about the first base umpire, right on top of that call.
He's a good one. So 2 balls in a row hit very hard off the ace of the Rice pitching staff, Jeff Neiman. Rice well rested. They have their starters set for the rest of the series should it go 2 or 3 games. This is so critical for Stanford. If they can get off and win this ball game, their pitching would be helped so much.
Really would, and we've noticed throughout the College World Series, first inning, the pitchers have really struggled with trying to relax. This is a great play by Paul Giannis. He just didn't complete the play. As you see, Al Harris, first base umpire, all over that call. But Mike, first inning has really been difficult for pitchers here.
Sure
all
has.
week.
Before that base hit, Carlos Quentin was hitting .487 in the postseason. Now he's up near .500.
Wow.
Of course, he's hit around .400 all year long. And now Garko stands in at .407 this year and has a career average in the College World Series of .419. Garko needs 2 RBIs to break an 18-year-old record set back in 1985 by Mark Lundblade. Has 91 RBIs on the season, an incredible number for a college hitter.
Ryan Garko was undrafted last season and bounced back to be a 3rd-round draft pick this year, which is still, if you watch him every day like we've got to this whole week,
right,
you wonder what were people thinking. Not drafting him higher, or even last year.
A ball and 2 strikes. A fastball toward right center. Racing back is Davis, and it's up against the wall. Here comes Quentin around third. He'll score without a throw. 2-0 Stanford. Garko just continues to pound the ball.
Well, he said they weren't going to be intimidated.
They're not.
Definitely not. Here's a good swing at a fastball, and he drove this ball. Now the wind is blowing. It knocks this ball down, or else we're looking at a 2-run home run. That just tells you how hard Johnny Ashe hit his
exactly.
ball. This ball was smoked. Nice relay, but Carlos Quentin coming all the way around, easy to score.
That was exactly what I was thinking when the ball didn't go out, because Garko, I mean, he can hit it an awful long way. Johnny Ashe hit his to the right of that, and it carried. And now Putnam, who has 2 home runs and 9 runs batted in here in Omaha this year.
And this has really been their hottest hitter, Danny Putnam. He has carried this club and allowed Garko and Quentin to get pitches to hit.
Fouls this one off. And already Josh Baker is up in the Rice bullpen.
I only wonder what Neiman must be thinking.
Well, he's thinking that 1.67 ERA has just gone up. It's already yielded 2 runs here in the first. Fastball misses. Putnam had the game winner in the 10th. His 16th home run this year to go with 66 runs batted in. Take you back to Stanford against Cal State Fullerton, 10th inning. And Putnam, his biggest shot of the year to win it, as they came back and beat the Titans 2 games in a row to qualify to face Stanford. Or check it, to qualify to face Rice. Breaking pitches in there, 2-2.
Well, he's got to, Jeff Neiman just has to get an out. You know, the main thing for him right now is to get an out any way he can. This is a big pitch for him, this 2-2 pitch, because if he goes 3-2, then he's probably going to challenge the hitter again. They've been hammering his fastball.
Breaking pitch is fouled away.
When you're on a 2-2 count or a 2-strike count, all of a sudden that 90-mile-an-hour fastball is a little bit faster because you're not sitting there thinking about it. But when you go 3-2 and most hitters are starting to think about locking in on that fastball, you slow it down and all of a sudden it becomes a very hittable pitch.
And the outstanding catcher Justin Ruckte, who will call 90 to 95% of the game, goes out to talk to Neiman.
Those of you that do not follow college baseball that much, the coaches usually call all the pitches for most of the teams. Stanford, they will call almost all the pitches for their catcher. Ruckte doesn't do that at Rice.
Missed with a fastball. Here's the full count. His fastball has either been way out of the strike zone or right down the pipe.
He's got an open base right here. I'm thinking he might go with that knuckle curveball. But you're right, Mike. Hadn't been able to locate that fastball.
This one is popped down the left side in foul territory. A long run for Cole Course. Tremendous try, especially when you go over that pitcher's mound down in the bullpen area.
Yeah, he got tripped up on the mound. You know, when you go up the bullpen, you obviously get the slope when you get to the mound top of the mound, and that's what happened. Or else I think he might have had a play on that ball. Well, nobody helps him because it's a clear run to the ball. He's not going to get into the wall. They're getting out of his way so he can make the catch, and he just tripped over the mound. That's like playing in the new ballpark the Astros play in. You know, it goes up that hill.
The mound, right. Little sheepish smile on the face of Chris Cole Course. This one's hammered outside first on another 3-2. Dave Ryan, what do you have?
Well, Mike, I just spoke with Zane Curry, the pitching coach of Rice. He was sprinting out to the bullpen, as you mentioned, to warm up Josh Baker. He told me on the way by, he told Jeff Niemann to keep the ball down, especially his breaking pitches, which are getting up in the zone. And obviously, guys, Stanford timing out his fastballs as well. They're driving the ball on him. Niemann has been so successful all year. We'll see how he faces this adversity early on.
And we have seen it again and again, Dave. Star pitchers come in here, and sometimes they just don't have it on the day that they need to have it. Bouncing ball to Enrique Cruz, 2 gone. And Garko goes to third.
You don't know how big that out is. If he'd have walked him, he's still not very confident in his control. So that's a big out for a confidence boost right there.
Especially with a guy who's been hot, the way Putnam had been. And now Lowry with a runner at third and 2 out. Niemann coming back this year for his final season at Rice, had worked so hard to get into better shape, and he's done it, and it really contributed to that 17-0 record. Lowry has 5 hits in the College World Series this year, hitting .250 and .299 on the season. Here's another guy without a home run. We see that now, and we just wonder how long it might be.
You can just see his Jed Lowry's confidence just continually soaring.
Good contact hitter, handles the bat well, goes to all fields. Now he's in an 0-2 hole against Niemann. Fastball just missed. Niemann struggling here in the first. 26 pitches in his last start. He threw 24 combined over the first 3 innings. On the ground, nice play by Sinisi, and he throws it behind Niemann. A run scores. Sinisi made the play to his right and just threw it away.
Tried to hurry a little bit. Now, we've been here most of the day watching the teams take infield, and Rice was very sloppy during infield practice. They're a little bit nervous. This is a tough play. Once he starts to spin and throw, it becomes a very difficult play to hit somebody on the run. He just threw a little cutter back at him.
And that is Sinisi's first error of the season. What a time to have it. And that makes it a 3-0 game for Stanford. This is exactly what the Cardinal needed to jump on Niemann early. With his numbers, his reputation, the confidence his team has in him, and they've dented him for 3 already.
And it sounds bleak, but I felt the same way when they were playing Texas. They wouldn't have the offense to come back, and sure enough, they did. So you never know what's going to happen in these games.
Now here's power hitting Chris Carter with 7 home runs on the year, 1 here in the College World Series. The wind is really whipping to left field, but Carter is one of those guys who can put it up in the stands into any kind of wind.
Well, his story is pretty interesting in itself, in that he had to miss a whole season before getting an opportunity to come back and play.
And missed 2 months of this year rehabbing from shoulder surgery. 30th pitch of the inning coming up. It's been windy all day here in Omaha. We had a couple of passing showers, but it has cleared out, and we're told there's nothing behind it except that breeze and a little bit cooler temperature. And Wayne Graham hoping his club can get out of this inning without any further damage. 3-0 to Carter.
What's interesting is Stanford is so aggressive on the offensive side that they can have a 4-pitch or a 3-pitch inning if they hit it at people, because they're not going to be a team that's going to sit there and say, all right, let's work the count. They don't do that. They attack that first pitch and play their game.
And they are using up Neiman here in the first inning.
That was interesting right there. 3-0, he threw him a knuckle curveball.
That's respect, isn't it?
I'll say.
Well, you watch Carter in batting practice, you get respect for him in a hurry. This one to right center, but Bubella now drifting in as the wind knocks it down and makes the catch. But Stanford with a huge top of the first. They get 3 off the best pitcher in college baseball and forced him to throw 32 pitches. Johnny Ashe, his last 2 ball games, he had never homered for the Stanford Cardinal on Thursday. That 2-run shot tied up Cal State Fullerton. Today, his first at bat in game 1 of the CWS Championship Series. Into the wind, he hits a rocket to right. Ashe takes the field now, and 2 home runs and 317 career at-bats. And the worst thing that could happen right now is that somebody doesn't tell Johnny Ashe, keep hitting it to left.
Just don't wake up.
That's
what
right.
they're saying right now. Don't wake up, keep dreaming.
Ryan Mccauley, 6'1", 195, a senior, gets the start. He is 7-2 with a 4.60 ERA, but he has been much better than that in the postseason. He has already won a game in the College World Series. And postseason for his career, he has been outstanding for the Cardinal. And he will face Chris Colcourse to lead it off for Rice. Colcourse 352 on the year out of Houston. Second best average on the ball club.
Ryan Mccauley will feature a fastball between 87 and 90, somewhere in there, a slider, and a changeup, particularly to left-handed hitters. That will be his out pitch.
Won both of his starts in the postseason. Gone 16 innings and has an ERA of 1.12 over that span. That's why he gets the start in the first game of this series. And it's big for Stanford because they went through a lot of pitching just getting here.
Well, they really did. They've had all kinds of different controversy. You know, with Cunningham not pitching, Tim Cunningham had an injury earlier in the season and kind of fell out of grace. So they've taken him out of the rotation basically, and that's hurt them in a way that they haven't had guys to go to.
And because they didn't have the confidence in him, they actually started their closer the other night, Matt Manship, in an elimination game against Cal State Fullerton. So if they can get a good game out of Mccauley and win here, and that's Colcourse caught that one on the shoulder, and now the home plate umpire Ken Eldridge is going to say no.
It hit him too.
Well, it did. You could hear it.
Yeah, you could hear it up here, but he might say he didn't try to get out of the way.
And here comes Wayne Graham.
See, I think this is a developing situation because the first pitch he threw to him, it looked like he leaned in and almost got hit. Here's the pitch I'm talking about. Here's the first pitch. Now watch the batter. All right, he's going to lean in and try to get hit. Tried to get hit. So that's implanted in the umpire's mind that this guy's not up here to hit. And then there's the one catching the jersey, but he threw the elbow at it. And now the umpire is going to say, hold it. You intentionally leaned in to getting hit.
Good call. And he leads this club with 23 hit by pitch, a school record.
I have never seen more guys try to get hit by a baseball than in this College World Series.
Breaking ball missed, and he draws a walk. And I think that's a great call by Ken Eldridge, the home plate umpire.
He definitely tried to get hit, and it hit him, no doubt about it. But it's the intent of the batter, and I think it was all set up by the first pitch.
Good point, Harold. And they're not going to force them to try to get out of the way, but they can't do anything that helps them get hit. Bubella will stand in and takes a fastball high from Ryan Mccauley. Bubella with good speed on his ball club, second best runner. Uppercuts this one to left field. And the play for Putnam as the ball went back. Let's go to Dave Ryan. David.
Well, Mike, Chris Colcourse is quite a spark plug for Rice. That's 29 straight games now he's been on base. But the second time, guys, in this College World Series, he's been hit by a pitch, but as Harold mentioned, leaned into it, was called back by the home plate umpire. He told us before the game tonight he is a tremendous spark plug. He'll do anything he can to get on base, whether it's a baseball on balls or get hit by a pitch.
Well, he tried that time, did not get away with it, though. This one hit slowly to short. Swope to second for one, on to first. Double play. Nice pivot by Lowry at second base on a slowly hit ball. And they get two. We played one full at the CWS Championship Series. Stanford leading Rice 3-0.
Stanford Rice, the Cardinal, a 3-0 lead in game one of our three-game championship series from Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha. Last time Jeff Neiman left the mound, really got an earful, along with the catcher Justin Ruckty, from head coach Wayne Graham in the Rice dugout. The main message was, as you see Coach Graham talking with Ruckty, remember Justin Ruckty calls all the pitches for Rice. In their pregame meetings, talking about Stanford hitters with 2 strikes, no fastballs, the way they wanted to jam the hitters like Ashe and Carlos Quentin and Ryan Garko, who had hits in the first inning. After he told Jeff Neiman, don't worry, they can't hit your best stuff. Keep your confidence high.
All right, Dave, thanks very much for that. And we certainly appreciate the cooperation of the teams, the information that they have been able to give to Dave Ryan and Alex Flanagan and what they have been able to pass along to us. I mean, that's just remarkable to get stuff like that during a ball game.
It really is.
Neiman with a breaking pitch to Brian Hall in there. And Neiman, it's been February 14th since he gave up that many runs. Gave up 4 against Texas A&M. Was touched for 3 in the top of the first by Stanford. Check swing, foul back.
The key to me on that, though, is that it's happened before. You know, so it's not on ground he's never been in before. So he knows how to
February.
bounce back. Yeah, but he's been there. It's better than not at all. I'm trying to turn a little something positive on it.
Yeah, well, you're doing all right, but February has got to be a distant memory. Hit toward the hole. Nice play, Giannis.
Mercy.
Boy, can this kid play some shortstop?
Can play some short, and it was interesting. We're gonna have a little conversation. Those two bumping into each other going down the line. Great effort. If he doesn't slip, he gets him, no doubt. Right here, that's what cost him. But man, the presence of mind to come up and recoil.
From his can, he almost got it.
That's a cannon. That is a great throw.
So Hall aboard for Swope. Hall goes. And he's in there. No! Oh, I thought he had that one stolen.
And so did he. He had a great lead, and that's really what made that close. And here comes 9, Coach Marquis. He's going to have a little conversation also.
Ruckty has a reputation for throwing out everybody, and that's from Hat Cam.
That's the second base umpire. That's what's in his face.
Boy, and from here, it sure looked like he was in there.
Well, let's see if Jeff Hendrick, second base umpire, all over that. Ruckty this catcher has got such great footwork. See that step and throw. And he thinks he got him. He thinks he's got everybody. He's throwing out everybody anyway.
He has gotten everybody.
Here's what the umpire saw. I don't know. Looked like he might have got in there.
I saw the body started to come up, so
well,
he's got to be on the base.
The problem is that the shortstop took the throw wrong. If he's straddling that bag, he's for sure got a clean view and a clean tag.
Tough call as replay shows. Giannis, tough hop and throws him out.
Now remember, if we're having a tough time seeing it in slow motion, imagine what it must be like in full speed. But here's what he sees. And he got him.
He is out.
Clearly got him. Great call, Jeff. Now, and this is real speed from what Jeff saw. See, I think you should have used our view first, Jeff. It would have made us look a little better. But on your view, it was difficult to see, and you still got it right. That's how good he
right.
is.
It was a harder call than we even gave him credit for. Our apologies to Jeff Hendricks. Boy, and going back to the catcher, Ruckty, he has thrown out now 3 out of 4 guys trying to steal in the College World Series, and some teams just gave up during the year.
Really
There's no point in trying to run on him. But Hall had such a big jump, I thought he had it stolen from him.
He had a huge lead and a great jump. And one of the things he does, he transfers that right foot and takes that and drives the left foot right there, and just he lines up so well with what he does.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Ten-pitch inning as opposed to 30+ in the first.
Welcome to the College World Series.
Owls, baby.
Welcome back to Omaha. Stanford leads Rice 3-0. Well, before games, you can find Stanford pitcher Ryan Mccauley in the clubhouse calming himself down by reading a book. Right now, he's reading Bad Love by Jonathan Kellerman, a mystery thriller. He says he just loves reading. It helps him calm his nerves. He's already knocked off a few books this College World Series. He also reads science books, a human biology major. He says he'd like to be a veterinarian if he doesn't play baseball. Spent the summer volunteering at the Animal Care Center at the Phoenix Zoo. Mike.
Alex, this is the IQ World Series. Stanford and Rice.
I'm not kidding. He's read more books here than I've read all year.
Just this year?
Wow.
Austin Davis will lead it off in the second inning. Two balls and a strike to the left-hander, who's hitting .352 on the year. This one's popped up down the left field line, foul territory, and will get out of play.
The middle of this Rice order has really struggled. Sinisi really only had one ball he's hit hard. The whole series, it was a home run.
Davis is the only one who's hit well at all, and he's hit .500, but nobody else over .200. Just missed, 3-2. And if you're a player, if you're a good hitter, what a terrible time to have a slump.
Ugh.
Just got to eat at you.
And then you start forcing things to happen, you know, that you're not accustomed to doing.
And it just gets worse. That one's fouled out of play. Talked about the IQ quotient for these ball clubs. The graduation rate at Rice is 91%. That's for athletes. 90% at Stanford.
And the interesting thing about that, we were talking with Wayne Graham about it, most of their players will come back and finish, but it might be outside the 6 years that the NCAA looks at as a student athlete range, and that doesn't even apply to that 91.
Right.
So the number might even be higher than that.
Duke and Notre Dame are tied for second with 90%. It's a terrible problem in basketball, the way they calculate graduation rates, because guys leave early, obviously, to go to the pros. Junior college transfers come in, guys transfer to other schools. That all counts against you. And there's no reason for it to count against you. That's what they went to school for in the first place.
Absolutely. They give you 6 years to fit that in under the qualification.
Fouled out of play again. This will be the 10th pitch of this at-bat. And this one's foul again as Ashe gives chase but can't get there.
Regardless of if he gets a hit or not, This is an at-bat you look back at and say, now this was a turning point for Rice. He's made the pitcher work. They've seen all his pitches. And all of a sudden, Mccauley's pitch count is up for the inning.
Another 3-2 to Davis and another foul. Craig Stansberry is on deck to be followed by Enrique Cruz. Just part of the big crowd on hand here for the first game in the CWS Championship Series. Off speed, foul away again.
I'm saying that this is a tremendous AB. We're up to
13 pitches.
The leadoff guy of the inning.
And Davis has been on fire. Base hit on the 14th pitch of this at bat. And you see the second baseman Lowry going out to help out Quentin, who has that very bad arm injury in right field, a torn ligament in his elbow.
That's a tremendous at bat. I thought he might just challenge Quentin to make him have to throw the ball. He's got a bad arm injury. We'll get into that throughout the rest of this game in a little bit. But here you see his throw. Now he's only got 2 good throws, he says, in his arm. He's going to have elbow surgery at the end of the season, the end of this weekend.
And it really affects him. Fastball called strike to Craig Stansberry, who is 2 for 10 here in Omaha. Second fastest runner on the ball club, a smart hitter who's got some power. Drafted by the Pirates this year in the 5th round. That fastball is outside, 1-1.
And if you notice Mccauley throwing everything away, if I'm Stansberry, you definitely want a ball inside the way it's carrying in this ballpark. If he can get it up in the air, it's an easy 2-run home run.
Breaking pitch misses, 2-1. And the wind is a factor really for the first time this week. It is very brisk to left. Missed again low, 3-1.
Goes back to that Davis at bat. He had to throw the kitchen sink at him, and he kept fouling it off. And then he got the bonus by getting the base hit on a 14-pitch at bat.
Mccauley has walked 1. That was back in the 1st, but he was erased on a double play. Fastball called strike, 3-2.
Interesting if they start him here, if they're going to send Davis. He is the center fielder, and he runs pretty good.
Garko with an above-average arm behind the plate. Doesn't go, and it's looped to left, and it will drop for a base hit. Back-to-back singles for the Rice Owls. And you'll see that Rice batting order come up on the bottom of your screen. Sinisi in a terrible slump here, and you just saw Davis, who's been hot. Stansberry will be followed by Cruz, who has one of the best power swings on the club. Eckert is the DH. Giannis and Ruckty round out the lineup for the Owls.
Talking of Cruz, he's at the batter's box now. Now, interesting, will they try to bunt with this young man? I think they let him swing in this situation. He's the one guy that's got the good stroke working and has the power to back it up.
On the other hand, he's been in a slump as well out here, only 2 for 11. Great family tradition. His dad, Jose, a longtime major league player, now with the Astros. His older brother, Jose Jr., an All-American outfielder at Rice.
Now the right fielder of the San Francisco Giants.
Continuing to play pro baseball. No sign of a bunt in the dirt.
So Wayne Graham's looking for one swing to get them right back in this game. And it looks like Jeff Neiman has settled down, and that's what they're looking, just chip away.
Harold, they're just getting more aggressive all the time.
I'm telling you.
I mean, first it was we like Harold Reynolds. Then we love Harold Reynolds. Now it's marry me, Harold. Breaking pitch popped up shallow right center. Lowry goes back, drifting with it, made the catch.
Well, that's an infield fly rule, and no umpire called it. Anytime an infielder, well, you have to be under control. And he was not under control, and that was because the wind drifted it out a little bit further.
Not an easy play.
Not an easy play, and that's why they didn't call it. Again, Jeff Hendricks, you got it right again. Here's what Jeff Hendricks said. Second base umpire's calling it. I was waiting for somebody to say infield fly. You see, Lowry looks like he's under control, but he's not as far as being set under it. And if you're not set, they're not going to give you that. Good call again by our umpiring crew.
Well, it may have been an easy call for an all-star like you, but for most mortals, going back on a ball like that and on a windy day is pretty tough.
Well, thank you.
Eckert is the DH. You're very welcome.
But you're right. It's difficult play. You're right. I'm an all-star expert. I wasn't saying that. That wasn't what I was saying.
No, I meant all-star player.
You were looking at me like, yo.
Eckert 0 for 3 in his first game in the College World Series against the right-hander. He gets the start at the DH spot. Only had 37 at-bats this year, so his numbers pretty anemic looking. But 37 at-bats, tough to judge anybody. He's had 11 starts coming into this game. Takes a fastball low. Inning started with back-to-back singles from Austin Davis and Craig Stansberry. They're at first and second with 1 out. Fastball in there for a called strike. And of course, baseball is a game that allows the second guessers to be very active all the time. Now some people are going to say, well, I'd have bunted Cruz because he was only 2 for 11.
I was already sitting here thinking that,
If he hits a gap shot, nobody would have bunted. This one is lined, and Putnam is there again. Putnam has made every play in left field for Stanford. He has not been charged with a fielding error all year.
And that is just amazing to me, because you got a pull-hitting left-hander who hasn't played a whole lot, who yanks everything. He does a great job of hitting the ball the other way, and the left fielder standing right on it. I mean, that's a great stroke. I can't believe they had a guy placed there on a 3-1 pitch.
Tremendous scouting in the second out of the inning, and now Giannis, who was already, and there's a look at Putnam. He just doesn't make any mistakes. May not have the greatest tools in the world, but you give me the guy that doesn't screw it up and is always exactly where he is supposed to be, throws to the right base, makes every catch, he can play.
You've made a believer out of me. I remember you talking about him after the first game, and he has definitely grown on Mike Patrick. I can tell.
He grew in a hurry. The positioning has been superb. Giannis, and that's fouled into the right field seats. It will be 1-2 on the shortstop, who's hitting .303.
And not to give us a shameless plug, you know, the teams go back, they tape these games, and they study them. And I think by being on TV, as much exposure they've gotten over this last week, they take those tapes and watch every game, and they can defense a lot better. There's no way in the world you could have done this 15 years ago when the games went on TV.
Tried to check his swing and didn't. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with a shameless plug.
Okay.
So the inning starts with base hits from Davis and Stansberry, but they are stranded. At the end of 2, it's 3-0. And we are going to take a look at our all-access pass on the Rice Owls making it this far. 2-2 to Justin Ruckty. Right up the middle, base hit. Here comes Cavanaugh around third. It's over. And Rice has won it in the bottom of the ninth. 5-4. The defending champions are gone. And there's no more hook 'em in the horns.
That's incredible. Playing for the national championship, man, couldn't ask for anything more right now.
Hey, I get to play golf in Omaha. I've never got to play golf in Omaha. We got 2 days off. I get to play golf in Omaha.
Tell us how you feel.
To put us in the championship series and and get the game-winning hit like that, that's something you dream about when you're little.
Great game.
Nice piece, and Wayne Graham has led his club to a 56-11 record throughout the year, has them in a best 2 out of 3 championship series. Strength of this ball club has always been pitching.
See, Mike, now they may have given me a marriage proposal, but we love you, Harold, but Mike Patrick is our hero.
I didn't know my family was out here.
Man.
Well, that's very nice. Thank you very much.
It's all right.
Johnny Ashe stands in. Of course, he homered his last time up, the second home run of his career. Harold, you're back in business.
Gee whiz, man. No, there's a story behind that.
I'm sure there is. Can we tell it?
Yeah, we can definitely tell it.
All right. Ashe back up the middle, base hit. Johnny Ashe is 2 for 2.
Now, great piece of hitting. The Fisher girls, Lauren Van Eman, I grew up with in Corvallis. Her dad, Lenny Van Eman, was a basketball coach there. Her husband's daughters are the Fisher girls. Remember Dante Brinkley, the center fielder for
Yes.
Southwest Mississippi?
Yes.
All right. Southwest Missouri. He played summer ball in Kansas and stayed at their house. And the neighbor next door stayed at their house. You know how they house guys during the summer ball.
Right.
So had breakfast with them, mentioned them on the show the other day that Dante was on the show, and it's all over the papers in Beatrice. And that's where that sign comes from. Somebody picked up on it, I don't know, whatever. So that's the quick story.
Okay.
It wasn't a great story.
No, I didn't want to mention that, but you're right, as we look back at it.
Just clarifying it.
Tomorrow night, ESPN is your destination for Major League Baseball. A crosstown clash as Jeter, Soriano, and the Yankees hop a train and go to Shea to meet Cliff Floyd and the Mets. It's a battle for Big Apple supremacy. Sunday Night Baseball presented by Nextel at 8 Eastern on ESPN. Also available on ESPN Deportes. And you get the feeling Big Apple supremacy has already been decided.
Yeah, really.
Carlos Quentin stands in with Ashe at first. Breaking pitch in the air to left. And Colcourse, fighting the wind a little bit, makes the catch.
Hey, Mike, we go back to that first inning with Jeff Neiman. I mean, almost every pitcher that has lost here struggled in the first. And then they've been able to settle down, but by then the damage has been done. Now, they can still dig out of a 3-0 hole, but he has clearly settled down since that first inning.
Sure has. Understand the Yankees and the Mets were rained out today by the ridiculously bad weather that continues on the East Coast. They'll play a day-night doubleheader next Saturday, one at Yankee Stadium, the other at Shea. You got to love that.
Wow. I'm going to have to go check one of those out.
Garko takes one in the dirt. You can check them both out.
No, I think one's enough.
One's enough?
One's enough.
Garko doubled his first time up, drove in a run.
I don't think anybody knows what the count is down there.
Garko thought that was ball 4. The scoreboard continues to show 2-0, so he only missed it by 2 pitches.
I don't know what's going on there.
Garko was headed to first. There's a strike call. Maybe they feel Neiman is so good if he throws 2 balls, you get a free pass.
I don't know. There's been so many guys hit this World Series. Maybe he thought he'd been hit. I mean, I don't know. That was
Well, that's a Stanford guy, too, Harold.
And
he had 1,400 on his SATs.
And he's the catcher. I don't get it.
Called strike on a fastball, 2-2. Now that is the Stanford mascot, and I have promised myself I'm not going to say anything about it anymore. Years ago I did.
The tree.
I'm not going to mention it. Oh, ripped past the third baseman Stansberry. Good hustle out there by Colcourse to get it back in down the line. And Stansberry, the only thing he could do was throw the glove out there and try to spear it.
Well, that ball, the thing about an aluminum bat when you're playing in The ball, the second hop is what kills you with the aluminum bat. It picks up speed and just shoots on you. With a wooden bat, it allows you to be able to read that more of a natural touch. Aluminum bat, the first thing is I got to see where it's going, and then the ball picks up speed. Alex, what do you got on that?
Hey, Harold, I spoke to Ryan Garko after his last at-bat, and he said that all of Niemann's pitches are looking the same when they come out of hand, so that when they're strikes, they're staying on the same plane and they're breaking in the same zone. So he advised his teammates stay with the pitches because they'll all be in the zone when they're strikes, Harold and Mike.
Good stuff, Alex. Thank you.
Well, that's pretty advanced hitting. Nice job, Alex.
Putnam with runners at first and second and only one out. He's 0 for 1 in this ballgame. One of the few times they've gotten him out all during the College World Series.
I think that's pretty interesting that all his pitches are staying on the same plane, because if he's throwing a knuckle curveball, and that means he's not getting any bite at all out of that curveball. Usually you'll hear that from a slider and a fastball maybe staying on the same plane when the guy's slider doesn't break.
Tried to get him to chase. That one broke straight down. That had to be the knuckle curve. Niemann has already thrown 53 pitches through 2 1/3. This is a guy with a 1.67 earned run average on the season. Swing and a miss, struck out Putnam.
Well, Mike, here's what I'm talking about with the ball. Here's what Alex was explaining, and Garko, the catcher, was saying. If a ball is coming, let's say it's a fastball and it's coming at you on camera there, this is a fastball, it's going to come this way at you. If it's a slider and it's standing on the same plane, that's the same plane. The breaking ball we're talking about should break down.
Right.
That takes it to a whole nother level. That's what she was explaining about Garko had passed on to her.
Lowry with 2 out and 2 on. Reached on an error his last time up. (3-0) Stanford now in the third. The Cardinal got 3 in the first.
I'm still thinking about the message that Alex passed on. The access, you know,
it's tremendous.
It's incredible. The catcher in the middle of the game is going to tell her that. That's awesome.
And they're not stonewalling people. You know, they're allowing us to share that with the people at home. That's just great.
It's inside stuff.
1-1 to Lowry. We're at Rosenblatt in Omaha, the longtime home of the College World Series, but it's different this year because we are playing 2 out of 3 for the championship. On the ground to the second baseman, Cruz throws him out to end the inning. They leave 2 and do not score, but we go to the bottom of the third. Stanford still up 3-0. Back in Omaha for the CWS Championship Series. Our entire ESPN crew, including a cast of thousands with you. At Rice, very small school, only 2,700 enrollment. The median SAT score, 1320 to 1490. And the graduation rate is 91%, just above Stanford. And Kyle Peterson, you know, they beat you by 1 percentage point, but Dave Ryan will make it feel better.
Yeah, that's right. It wasn't bad. Kyle Peterson, our college baseball analyst, 95-97 with Stanford here at the College World Series, also in the big leagues with the Milwaukee Brewers. So, as Mike said, how challenging was it to be a Stanford athlete, keep up the grades and your high performance on the mound?
Well, it's challenging. I mean, the tough thing is you always have afternoon practices, so you have to take morning classes as much as you possibly can. But these guys get it done. I mean, you look at those graduation rates. I think that says a lot about both of these academic institutions because we're seeing that athletically they can hold their own as well.
Now back to baseball, Kyle. We just talked to Zane Curry, the Rice pitching coach, about Justin Ruckty, the catcher, and pitch calling in this game. How's that working?
Well, you know, they want to change some things with Ruckty. They just want to make sure that Niemann is not getting beat with his 4th pitch, and that's what happened with that single to lead off the 3rd. If you're going to get beat, you want to get beat with your best stuff. And there's a couple times this game that hasn't happened with Niemann.
So that's why Wayne Graham, the head coach of Rice, went out to speak with Niemann guys in the last inning, working on the calls with Ruckty, who does call a game for Rice behind the plate.
All right, thanks, guys. And Rucky leads off this inning, popping to center. Career ERA of 2.16 with a 22-1 record. What a lift it would be for Stanford to beat this guy.
Yeah, it would. You know, it's funny. I was talking with Jeff yesterday, Neiman, the pitcher, and I said, so, you know, you're 6'9". Did you watch Randy Johnson's development? He goes, oh, he's off the charts. I don't pay attention to him, but Roger Clemens is my guy. I think everybody out of the state of Texas is a Roger Clemens fan.
Sure. Cole Course fouls another one out of play. 0-2 with 1 out and nobody on in the Rice third inning. Cole Course has had a fine year. He's been an excellent leadoff man. Played a lot of the year with a bad shoulder. Still hit 350.
That elbow out there
yes,
again.
He is. Anything to get on. Has the school record in being hit. Pops this one foul. Also back in the seats. Anything to that side because of the wind will drift out of play. You got to watch the other side. The wind may blow anything back down the right field line.
You know, Colkhurst, one of his heroes is Lenny Dykstra. And if you look at his approach, he's almost like Lenny. He's down there low and crouched in tight. He has some great at-bats, so, man, he makes the pitcher work.
Yes, he does. Part of a leadoff man's job, you know, get into that guy.
It really is. The second inning, they really made him work a little bit, and now they're right back at it again. Mccauley really having to throw a lot of pitches. And you think about it, Mike, Stanford, they use Hudgens, their starter, who will probably start game 2 in 9 innings, 135 pitches on Wednesday. Thursday, Manship, the closer, and O'Hagan, their setup guy, they both pitched 74 and 77 pitches.
This one is smoked to dead center field. Fold on the run, dives, can't get it. Great effort by Fold, but here goes Cole Course on his way to third, and it's a stand-up triple. He crushed that one. And Fold, because of his great speed, able to play shallow, but couldn't run that one down.
I thought he was going to get it on the effort, too. Get a good look. Sam Fold goes a long ways to get this, and what an effort. That is the College World Series, folks. Leave the glove and go after it. And Colhurst, it looks like you might have pulled up a little lame there, pulled a little something.
Last 2 or 3 strides into third base. But he looks like he's all right. And now Bubella with a chance to get a run home and fouls it out of play. 1 out, a runner at third.
And all he's looking to do as a hitter is put the ball in play on the ground anywhere. Stanford, outside of the third baseman, is playing back. They're giving you a run. Anywhere along there, you can get a ground ball. Doesn't matter if you get a hit, but the importance is to pick up that run.
Bubella has struggled some in the postseason, but had 2 hits in his last ball game. And now some debris from left field getting on the field, and grounds crew clearing that off.
Our crowds have been incredible. They have been
every
great.
year. Never seen such support of a single event in any city.
Well, the one thing about the College World Series, when you mention Omaha, everybody knows that it's college baseball.
That's right. And hopefully it always will be. 1-1 to Dave Bubella with Cole Course at third. Breaking pitch hangs outside. 2 balls and a strike. With Sinisi on deck. Already 51 pitches from Mccauley. And that one's driven to center. Fold comes in, will make the catch. Cole Course tags the throw offline, and Rice is on the board.
Yeah, he's hurt a little bit. Cole Course, he might have a pulled hamstring or something, but nice job of hitting right there, and the run scores. Great job of manufacturing. This ball was crushed a little bit too. The wind really affecting this game. Sam Full comes up with a strong throw. Now look at Colkhurst coming down the line. That little skip right there. I think it's more when he's stopping or slowing down than necessarily when he's going full speed. It looks like a pulled groin the way he's holding up there.
It didn't help him when he had to change angles on the base path when the throw was to the third base side. He really seemed to gimp up a little bit when he did that. We'll check him as he goes back to the field in the next inning. But Rice gets his first run of the game on the sacrifice fly from Bubella. And Sinisi, who grounded into a double play, stands in. He is 1 for 12 here in Omaha. The guy hitting .344 on the season until his last at bat.
Well, they're not going to win this weekend series if he doesn't hit. I'll just plain flat out say that. He's got to hit. He's the main guy in this lineup.
That one's outside and high, 2-0.
And he's going to be able to trick him because they know he's struggling, and pitchers get a little froggy and try to challenge him. That's how he can break out.
Second on the team with that RBI total, but only 2. And now his 4th game in the College World Series here this week.
And he's been here before, so it's not like he's nervous and can't handle the situation. He played real well when he was here as a freshman.
That one's hit hard, bobbled by the shortstop Swope, but still has time and got him. Tobin Swope went behind second base, knocked it down and threw him out. But Rice gets on the board, courtesy of the triple from Colkhurst and Bubella, the sacrifice fly. 3-1 Stanford as we go to the 4th. Already had a lot of action here at the CWS Championship Series in Omaha. Mccauley has struck out 1 and walked 1 through 3 innings. Ashe 2 for 2 and a solo home run for the Cardinal. Garko also 2 for 2. The Owls, Neiman touched early for the 3 runs. Sinisi makes his first fielding error of the season, and Colkhurst provided the impetus for the only run with a triple. Bottom of the order, coming up to face Neiman here in the 4th. And Carter flied to right his first time up.
There's no fear in Neiman. We saw him get tattooed all over the yard, struggled a little bit in the first, and he has come back just fierce competitor. Great stuff, and just going after him.
1-1 to Carter. Well, you look at his numbers, you couldn't expect he was a soft touch in any description out there. Everybody has a bad inning here and there, and Stanford can hit the baseball. They've got some guys who can swing it.
And they're hot all
yes, they
at the
are.
same time.
Middle of that order is like murderer's row right now. Really muscled up on a fastball that time, fouled away.
Well, our umpire Ken Eldridge behind the plate has been great.
Sure has.
You know, I mean, we have not seen or heard a peep out of anybody.
Except on the hit batter, no hit batter call.
And he got that right.
Yes, he did. 1-2 to Carter. Breaking pitch fouled outside third.
You know, Ernie Harwell used to always say, the old Detroit Tiger broadcaster used to always say that a good umpire is like a good driver in traffic. You never notice him.
Hall of Famer Ernie Harwell.
He's the best. He was great.
Carter fouls off another one.
Wow.
Battling Neiman here at the start of the 4th.
Finding Neiman. That's what I thought you were going to say. Carter swings hard, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Doesn't get cheated. Breaking pitch to right coming on is Bubella, and he'll get there. Let's find out about Colkhurst. Here's Dave Ryan.
Yeah, Mike, we saw Chris Colcourt struggling rounding the bases on that triple and even scoring on the sac fly earlier. Trainers tell me he tripped over the bullpen mound early in the game tonight, going for a ball out there in left field. There he goes, and bruised the right knee pretty severely. He told the trainers he can start okay, but he just can't stop running. Guys, he's a lot like Nails. He plays like Nails. He's tough as Nails. Len Dykstra, and he resembles him quite a bit, a former Phil and Met outfielder. Also, tries to pattern himself after Craig Biggio of the Houston Astros.
Nothing wrong with patterning yourself after either one of those guys.
He likes to call himself Grit Man, whatever that means. He named himself. He heard the nickname from somebody on a team in junior college, and he stole it from the guy.
Little John Wayne action there. Fly ball to right. Bubella makes the catch. 2 gone. Both on flies to right.
Did you steal your nickname, Larry?
No. No, not mine. Mine's different. No more inside jokes, Harold.
That was from the truck. I can't help it.
It's not fair when we can't explain. Tobin Swope takes a fastball right in there.
That's a little inside.
You're on the hook now, pal, not me.
I don't know. I don't even know what it means. They just gave it to me.
Breaking pitch to Swope misses. Tom McNeely, our producer, saying, look at the facial similarity to Larry Bird. There is a little bit.
That's where the Larry came from, because Tom was saying, Larry Bird. Oh, okay.
You're dangerous to work with sometimes. Neiman touched for 3 in the first, sailing ever since. And called strike 3. Swope is gone in a 1-2-3 inning. And we'll go to the bottom of the 4th in a 3-1 game from the College World Series in Omaha. Beautiful weather in Omaha, Nebraska for the CWS Championship Series. Stanford on top of Rice 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. They've been coming to Rosenblatt for over 50 years. All sorts of old memorabilia here, but one really good one, because this is what they are playing for. The NCAA Championship Trophy. Stanford has won it twice. Rice going for its first. It's a best of 3. Game 2, 2:30 tomorrow on ESPN, and if necessary, Game 3 on Monday night.
They've really made Mccauley work the last couple innings, and it started right here with Austin Davis. His last debut when he got the base hit to right on a 14-pitch at bat.
Had a great at bat and then got a hold of one and sent it into right field for the first base hit of the ball game. I want the beach ball concession next year. There's so many beach balls out here, and they eventually all end up on the field or out of the stadium.
Just like that one.
Now a guy can resell that. This one's drilled to right, going back. Carlos Quentin. What a great outfielder this kid is. And you see him having to underhand the ball back in there because of that torn ligament.
He made maybe the catch of the year of the World Series anyway earlier in the week. You see the glare on his sunglasses already. Nice job of turning his body and looking that ball in.
You talked about positioning early. In the last 2 games, there have been 8 hard line drives hit right at Stanford fielders. Now you can say that's scouting, positioning, luck, whatever. When it keeps happening all the time, it's not luck.
Yeah, you got to start to believe that they've done their homework.
And there is some homework at Rice and Stanford.
Yes. Well, most of the years Stanford's out here, they're usually taking finals because they're on a quarter system as opposed to semesters.
Stansberry to straightaway center. Fold going back. Wind holding it up a little bit, and Fold to the warning track for the second out. Carlos Quentin has been a great story throughout the entire College World Series, Harold.
Well, you're right, Mike. I mean, it started off the first game with this catch right here in the gap. This may be, it is for sure as of right now, the best play that we've seen this whole week. Great catch, laid out. Then he's only got 2 times he's going to be able to make a throw most of the day because he's playing with that bad elbow, and that was one of them. And he continues to even help out with the beach balls. I mean, the guy's doing it all.
And what kind of courage does it take for a guy to cut loose a throw like that? And here's the underhand toss. No sense doing any more damage to it. I mean, what kind of courage does it take to really cut loose a throw trying to get somebody at second base when you know it's going to feel like a knife going into your elbow? And there's a base hit. Enrique Cruz singles to left.
Oh, you're right, Mike. I don't know. I mean, you've had sore arms before. Everybody has. And just the pain that shoots through your arm. To imagine having to have surgery when the season ends. See that black band right there? That's kind of keeping that whole ligament and everything together in there. That's crazy.
It's not doing much, though. I'll tell you that. Going to have Tommy John surgery after the season. And the good news about that is that his elbow may be stronger than it was before it was injured in the first place. Eckert stands in and takes a strike. 2 out, a runner at first for Rice in the 4th. They're down 3-1. Well, I've been impressed with Mccauley. This young man has had a great postseason. He's already won one in the College World Series. And they desperately need him to pitch well in this first game. And he's doing it.
He's so mechanically sound. He reminds me a lot of Hudgens and also Hagan. They all have very similar motions, and they throw almost the same stuff. Mccauley, on the other hand, will throw that changeup a little bit more than the other guys against a left-handed hitter. Hudgens will throw it all the time. There's that changeup right there.
Was a starter most of the year, but the last portion of the season called on to come out of the bullpen until they got a start in the regional.
Is there a role on this team? I think if you're a pitcher,
apparently not.
You just pitch.
Breaking ball for a called strike 3. So 1 base hit and a runner left. We've played 4 full innings in Omaha. It is 3-1 Stanford. Stanford in the 5th of the CWS Championship Series. Tonight's game is also available on ESPN HD, ESPN's new high-definition service, now available nationwide. Call 1-800-DIRECTV or your cable operator to get ESPN HD, and that's the way it looks behind
it is so impressive. We always talk about advanced technology and high tech going to that next level. Well, that's what HD TV is. Look at over my shoulder how sharp the picture is. I feel like I'm on Johnny Carson or something like that when he used to do those ads. You know, HD TV is really a special thing. You got that at home, don't you?
No, but I'm getting one as soon as I get back.
The picture,
I really am. It's
you know,
remarkable.
The picture is incredible how sharp it is. I didn't think you would really see that big of a difference, and you really do.
You really do. I think ESPN ought to send us each one.
Or Panasonic should for sure. Oh, we've been doing these for like how long now? 10 days?
Yeah.
Send it over.
We'll pay for the shipping. Fuld, the great center fielder, will lead it off, trying to bunt his way on, and pops it foul back out of play. Fuld is 0 for 2, still needing that 1 hit to tie Keith Moreland's all-time record of 23 in the series.
Tell you what, Mike, if he doesn't hit this ball's going to hit him. Look at where this pitch is going to be at. It is right at Sam Fuld. And that's what pitchers are told to do. You know, when a guy squares around like that, throw it at him. Force him to hit it.
Fastball just off the outside corner, 1-2.
If you can see where Sam Fuld's standing, and if he's going to bring this ball towards him, but the ball just chases him, and that becomes self-defense.
Yes, it does. Fouled straight back on the screen, 1-2. Fold is the only Stanford player to be all College World Series for 2 straight years. And this will be the 3rd, and I can't imagine he won't make it. He's just been tremendous out here again this week, hitting .325 coming in. His College World Series career average is .407. Breaking pitch is high, 3-2 to leadoff hitter Sam Fuld here in the 5th. Neiman has really calmed down since the 1st when they touched him for 3 runs. Just missed with a breaking ball, lost him on a walk.
It's a gutsy call right there, 3-2. That's just a lot of respect for Sam Fuld, but I think you still got to go ahead and challenge him with a fastball there.
Got him in an 0-2 hole, and you see in the 1st inning 32 pitches, 3 hits and 3 runs. Since then only 3 hits, and he's only thrown 45 pitches.
And that's what I was saying, that Stanford is so aggressive they will swing at that first pitch. So if he threw strikes and was able to get some outs, he would have quick innings. Now it's starting to even out a little bit.
We didn't have a quick one in the 1st, and he's got to be staring in at Johnny Ashe wondering what's going on, because Ashe is now 13 for 25 in the College World Series, batting over 500. Runner goes, ball popped to center field.
Had a little hit and run working there, and Johnny Ashe wasn't able to get it on the ground.
Austin Davis makes the catch, 1 gone, and Fuld has to go back to 1st. Kyle Peterson has been with us all week. What do you see in Neiman out there right now, Kyle?
Guys, I think since the 1st inning, he's really done a better job of locating his fastball. He had a hard time. He was missing up in that 1st inning. After Zane Curry, the pitching coach, went out and talked to him, I think he's done a better job of throwing down in the zone. You saw a strikeout to Sam Fuld early in this game with a fastball down and in. That's an important pitch for Neiman. If he gets that consistently, it makes that breaking ball so much better.
And how do you explain a guy like Neiman who has such remarkable numbers coming in, undefeated over a span of 2 years, and coming in and struggling so much? I mean, it can't be nerves. He's already pitched here.
Guys, the College World Series is a funny way of doing things to you. I remember my junior year, I was having a great year, came in here, got it handed to me twice by LSU. The year before that, I remember Chris Benson rolling in here 14-0,
yes.
And when he left, he was 14-2. So, I mean, this stadium and this tournament has a funny way of turning some pitchers around.
And Kyle, LSU did that to a few people.
Yeah, well, I was definitely one of them.
Came in here and played gorilla ball and hit 450-foot shots repeatedly over the left field pavilion.
Well, I think also too, you know, you're isolated more. They scout you more specific. You're facing great teams. They're gonna bunt. They're gonna hit and run. They're gonna do everything. They're gonna bring the whole arsenal at you to beat you.
Quentin takes a called strike, 1-1. He's 1 for 2 with a single. And Fuld has been perfect this year when trying to swipe a base. But remember the arm behind the plate. Justin Ruckte just cuts guys down. This one is in the air to center. Davis.
And if you notice, Mike, he's able to get that 1 strike and now get ahead of the hitters, and he can get in. You know, not too many people have got in on Carlos Quentin all week long. You saw the 2 home runs against Cal State Fullerton earlier in the week, and right there they got in on it.
Now Garko stands in. He is 2 for 2. And we said the middle of this order is just slashing at the baseball with Ashe, Quentin, Garko, and Putnam. Two outs, a runner aboard in the Stanford 5th. Fastball misses.
Good looking fastball. You know, sometimes the gun will look at the speed and say, well, 93, 94, but a lot of it's release also, and it may not look as hard as it's actually going.
Breaking ball slipped, 2-0.
Right now is why Danny Putnam is so important in this lineup. Because I was initially thinking, okay, go ahead and pitch around this guy right now. And then you look over and you see Putnam and you go, okay, I got to go ahead and go after him.
Garko with a big swing, 2-1.
It's interesting what different hitters look for now. Garko's looking for the ball in the same plane like he talked about earlier. So he's not worried about a fastball or a breaking pitch. He just needs to time it.
He has tied a Stanford record of 92 runs batted in, looking to break it. Fouls this one out of play. 18 home runs, 92 RBIs, 23 doubles this year, and he has 103 hits. Two and two to Garko here in the fifth. Breaking pitch is high, full count to Garko, and that will give Fuld the jump down at first.
You know, it's always said if you're going to throw a breaking pitch 2-2, you come back, you throw it 3-2. We'll see. There it is.
And he got him on the curve. Nice job by Neiman to get out of trouble here in the fifth after allowing the leadoff walk.
Well, you were right, Mike. It's a great breaking ball 3-2 to get him.
And Harold, you said 2-2 you throw it, come back and throw it on 3-2, and he did.
Back home in Omaha.
They're happy to be here, and so are we. It's 3-1 Stanford in Omaha at the College World Series. And Stanford on top of Rice as the Owls bat in the fifth against Ryan Mccauley, who has only given up 4 hits and a walk. And his control has been much better than his first College World Series start, where he walked 4. But he won that game as well. And now Yanish will lead it off. Strike call 0-2 to the shortstop.
I really like how consistent Mr. Mccauley has been out there on the mound. Where he's landing, his approach.
Checked his swing. And he's only got an average fastball. Nice curve and a change. But if you can locate them, and he has, it's been very effective. Fastball is high.
And you said it perfectly, Mike. If you can locate them, and that's the whole key to pitching, keeping hitters off balance, giving them different looks, and he's done that.
On the ground to the second baseman, Lowry. 1 gone. And with 1 out, we'll check in with Alex Flanagan. Alex.
Hey, Michael, Ryan Garko is such a leader on this team that he actually helps the coaches decide who's going to pitch. He says that he can often get a better feel for his teammates as to how they feel before they go out and pitch. For example, on Thursday, he talked to Matt Manship, and then Ryan recommended that he was ready to start. On today's pitcher, he says that Ryan Mccauley has had 2 great outings here and that he just does really, really well in Omaha, Mike.
Alex, you know as well as we do that sometimes the players will tell other players something that they're not about to tell the coaches.
You're right. And to have the catcher also, there's times the catcher can go to the mound in those conversations and say, as you look at Matt Manship right there, and ask a guy how you feeling, and he may tell the catcher, I don't have a whole lot left. But if a coach comes out and asks him, he'll say, yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, just fine. I got another 3 innings in me, Skipper.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're walking back, and the catcher's going to take him out now.
And that's a fine line for a catcher to walk, too. This one is skied to left center field, and Sam Fuld is under it for the fly ball from Colkhorst. And Rice goes quickly in this inning. First perfect inning for Stanford pitchers in the last 19. Stanford with the lead, 3-1 over Rice. 3-6-0 for Stanford, 1-4-1 for Rice.
Well, if Jeff Neiman got off to a little slow start, Johnny Ashe jumped on a fastball and rode it out of his second of his career. This is the big blow, though. Ryan Garko's double into the gap, drove in Quentin. And he's settled down since then. Now, he had 32 pitches in the first inning. That kind of got him into a little bit of a slow. Got yelled at, sat down with the coaches, got a conference with his catcher, and then all of a sudden he settled down. And Wade Townsend, he went through that his first outing also, and he settled down, was able to go 8 2/3. So we'll see how this plays out. 3 runs is not a whole lot to be down right now. 3-1 ball game.
Absolutely. Townsend threw 129 pitches in that game, but he would be the starter tomorrow in Game 2. We'll be with you 2:30 Eastern from Omaha for Game 2 of the best 2 out of 3 championship series. And you're right, they have had nasty pitching all year long. Putnam will lead it off in the 6th for the Cardinal. A rare 0 for 2 outing for Danny Putnam, who came in hitting .400 in the series. Been great in the clutch for this club this year. This one is hit down to Cruz, an easy roller, and throws him out.
Well, you look at Wade Townsend there. He loves to paint his toenails, Mike. Is it some ugly looking feet right there, man?
Boy, you're telling me. Well,
No.
you do that, don't you?
Yeah, right. I won't be half that. And that's what Jeff Newman thinks of it. That was a little all-access piece we did earlier in the week. You know, it's really a pleasure to cover these teams throughout the week and then be able to bring it to you all on the weekend as a championship for the first time for ESPN to do this. This is great. Because we're usually on a plane right now and catch the score when we get home.
That's right. Dave Ryan has more on these 2 aces for Rice.
Well, Mike, we saw that Wade Townsend likes to paint his toenails with the R for Rice. How about the size of starting pitcher for Rice, Jeff Neiman's feet? That's a size 17 next to my normal looking size 9.5 shoe, just to give you a little comparison. As it turns out, there's only one shoe store in Houston called Larry's Shoes back home that Jeff can get his own custom made shoes. Only got a couple dress shoes and 1 pair of Reeboks. That's about it. And those are my Zuno spikes that are ordered special and custom made for the big foot of Jeff Neiman. Size 17.
Size 17, you're going to have pretty good footing out there, aren't you?
I'm telling you.
Not going to fall over very much.
I don't know. I was looking at that 9.5. Dave, that's my size. That looks pretty good. I might be snatching that shoe from you.
0-2 to Lowry. Tapped foul behind the plate.
You know, this kid, Jeff Neiman, he probably will pitch in the big leagues someday. And I think at 6'9", you can see he's not going to be a big project. He's going to be easy to work with.
Right.
He's got great mechanics, good understanding.
His fastball already 90 to 95. And that one just a little bit outside.
Come on now, I help you. I'm plugging you, Jeff. I'm plugging you. This ball just slips out of his hands right here. It looked like a little curveball. That's that knuckle curve.
Back to live action and drilled at Sinise, and he stabs it at first.
Boy, Jed Lowry has really swung the bat nice.
He has.
You look at Lowry's stroke right here, and Vincent Sinise. He's going to play the outfield. He was drafted by the Texas Rangers. They're going to move him to the outfield, but he's only got 1 error. We saw it earlier in this game on the whole season. So that's nice to have versatility. There's nothing wrong with that.
2 outs, nobody on for Carter.
And one little quick note on Sinise again. He had told Coach Wayne Graham he would like to play the outfield, but Coach Graham said we're a better team if you can play first base because we can fit the other guys out there. Team player, he said, okay, I can play first.
Grounded to Giannis. Solid shortstop, and he comes up and throws him out. A 1-2-3 9-pitch inning for Stanford in the 6th. Another great crowd. We have broken records again this week here at Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha. The best minor league ballpark on the face of the earth. And I'm not sure what that was.
Well, they had an owl and then the monkey. You know, the monkey has caught on. I mean, that's
yeah,
the
but that
Anaheim
thing had
Angels.
8 legs.
Yeah, it did.
That was like a rally octopus, and I don't know if that's
I don't know.
in
There
yet.
it is. I don't know what that is.
Breaking pitch from Ryan McCauley, misses to the leadoff man Dave Bubella, who starts the 6th. He's 0 for 1, has driven in the only run with a sacrifice fly, and takes that one low for ball 2. Rice, outside of the triple from Colkhorst, has not shown very much against Mccauley until now. Inside the bag.
You got to go to third because you know he can't throw.
But they'll hold him at second. He got rid of that throw pretty well.
They actually executed a great relay.
That was one of the 2 he's got in that arm, he said.
Ball smoked right down the line. And Carlos Quentin played this carom perfectly. Got his body in a great position. That's why he was able to get rid of it quick. He didn't have to go to the glove. Strictly a bare hand play.
Playing with that torn ligament in the elbow, and Sinisi will stand in with a runner at second. An action in the Stanford bullpen. Kodiak Cochise Quick is up and throwing. A font of nicknames out of that one, don't you think?
That is the best name ever. Kodiak Cochise Quick.
Sinisi trying to get out of his slump, a little dumper to center field, and caught by Fold, who hesitated and then came in and got it.
You can't buy a hit right now. It's a pretty swing. Look at him stay. That is just a beautiful stroke. You can't hit a ball much better than that.
Fold was right there, 1 out and 1 on for Austin Davis. So that's 0 for 3 in this game for Sinisi and 1 for 14 here in Omaha. Davis tore the hole and threw for a base hit. Here comes Bubella. The throw to the plate not in time. The throw to second not in time. Rice cuts it to 1. Clutch hitting by Austin Davis.
Boy, that's a great piece of hitting. Shot it right through that hole. I mean, Putnam came with a strong throw. Now, I'm not sure if Bubella hits third base or not right here. That'll be interesting when we come back with the replay. But great job of base running by Davis to go ahead, see the throw, and not stop. He knows as soon as he hits that ball to left, they're going to challenge him at home. Here's the view that our umpire had.
The throw allowed Davis to advance to second. He gets a single and an RBI, and now Stansberry with a runner in scoring position, and a base hit could tie the ball game in the 6th for the Owls. Strike called to Stansberry, who is 1 for 2. Got some power, 6 home runs on the year. This one to right. Carlos Quentin will make the catch, the tag at second, and Quentin just not much in that arm. Just has to flip it back into the second baseman, Lowry. He goes out to retrieve it.
And you see him move up to third base. Now, earlier I was saying it looked like, I don't know if Bubella touched third or not. Our great camera work will show if I have, let me know. Here it is, you see, yeah, he did hit on the inside. We'll go even a little closer for you. And right there, yeah, he hit the inside of the bag easy. We got 20 cameras working this College World Series, so if there's anything you want to see, we got it.
Haven't missed anything all week.
The crew has been fantastic.
It's unbelievable about these people. They come out early in the morning and work till midnight, 1, 2 a.m., and then come back and do it again.
Yeah, it's incredible. And they were doing 2 games a night.
Every day.
Every day. So we much appreciated. Great work.
Cruz at 340 on the season. Big situation for him here, and fouls it away.
Came up with a base hit last time, but right there swinging at a 2-0 pitch that was breaking ball, and look who's in town.
Dad got the day off from the Astros.
Well, good for them. They should have gave him the day off. How often are they going to get to the College World Series? Teo Cruz.
Well, with this program for the last 7 years, and maybe more frequently from now on.
Well, the way that Wayne Graham, you see Jose Cruz right there, the way Wayne Graham ended up getting the job, he used to throw batting practice to the Astros for 11 seasons. And Jose Cruz was one of the guys he used to throw batting practice to all the time, and he never hit him, so he assumes, because of that relationship, I guess I was able to get his kids to come to school here.
There's the tops card for Jose Cruz. And let's go to Dave Ryan. David?
17 and a half a year.
17 and a half years in the major leagues. Jose Cruz Sr. is here. You got to watch Enrique for one day. The Astros give you the day off. How does it feel to be here in person finally?
I feel great. You know, I'm glad that Jerry give me the day, a couple of days. So I got a chance to enjoy it here. And this is the first time for me to be here, especially in the World Series. I'm going to enjoy it.
What was your reaction when he had a base hit in the last at bat?
Well, it's about time. You know, we're behind it right now, but we still have a lot of innings, and I hope we do good.
Right back to Houston tomorrow, I assume. Rangers, Astros this weekend, right?
Well, no, I'm going to stay up to Monday, and Monday going to Arizona.
Fantastic. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
David, thanks very much. Jose, thank you. Enjoy the time off, the chance to watch your son. Enrique up there 1 for 2 right now.
Jerry and Jimmy is talking about Jerry Hunsinger, the general manager, and Jimmy Williams, the manager.
This one's right back below us on the screen. Harold was reaching, almost had a souvenir.
Almost. But that's a class move by the Astros to let him come.
Is.
You know, we see that more and more in baseball now, where they're allowing guys to actually have a family life, and impacting those kids is so important. It's great to see you, Jose. Good to see him here.
3-2 line, base hit, tie ball game. And Jose on the phone, presumably to home, saying, did you see that? Enrique just tied it up with a ringing single.
You might have Jose Jr. calling him on the phone.
Might be.
That's great, saying, well, you know, the youngest always get dad to follow up. And right here, big base hit, tie the ball game, and they've come all the way back.
Austin Davis scores 2 runs in the inning. It's tied at 3. Rice is right back in it. What a thrill this has got to be for Jose.
Oh, man. I mean, you think about it, the life of a major leaguer, you never get to watch a baseball game, period.
Matt Eckert, who is 0 for 2, takes a breaking pitch too low. Eckert, the DH today. And you have to think Mccauley can't afford to give up another base hit or a walk, or he's out of this ball game. Quick has been warming and should be ready. Missed with a fastball, 3-0 to Eckert with Giannis on deck. Giannis hasn't hit much in this series, so they might be careful with Eckert.
He's had some good swings.
He has. Missed badly with a 3-0, 2 aboard. And now we'll see what Mark Marquis decides to do. We're at the College World Series in Omaha, the best 2 out of 3 championship series coming your way on ESPN. We are thrilled you could join us today, and we have a great ball game. 3-3, bottom of the 6th. Rice and Stanford, the IQ World Series. Rice has scored twice here in the 6th to tie, and they have 2 on and 2 out. No pitching change as yet. hoping that Mccauley can get out of this inning against Ashe, who was 0 for 2. And now Garko wants to go out and talk.
Well, runner at second base, they're going to go over the signs again because you use so many combinational signs. And particularly in the college game, they pass the signs to the hitter better than anybody. You know, you spend more time together. You're in the dorm rooms. You study together. You have a little more of a trust factor than even pro baseball players do.
Ashe to short. Swope for the force at second base. The inning is over, but Rice gets a pair to tie it. We've played 6 full as Jose Cruz passing on the good news about Enrique's RBI.
We watched the film over and over again of him doing his little dance, and we also watched when he went out and chewed out the umpire a little bit. We watched that over and over. When we saw that on SportsCenter, it was hilarious. We all, fell on the ground, dying, laughing.
67 years old, as energetic and vibrant as any 67-year-old guy you will ever meet. Going for a national championship. He won 5 titles, the head coach in a junior college.
You know, he's getting ready
school to play for.
And he's getting ready to settle. They have another anniversary for his wedding. His wife said, "We are not going to celebrate until we win it all."
Wasn't it her birthday as well? And they
Yes.
said they would not celebrate either one until the College World Series is over. And we've had a brief delay, not sure why. Neiman, who has not given up a hit since the 3rd inning, will face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the order. Brian Hall. Change of speed folded. 1 strike.
That was nice right there. He's been starting every inning with a fastball, and Brian Hall was getting ready to jump on it, threw him a little bit of a breaking pitch and caught him off guard.
That one's in the dirt from Neiman, who comes into the game 17-0 on the season with a minuscule 1.67 earned run average.
Have you noticed how sharp his breaking ball has become after that
Sure
first
has.
inning?
Alex Flanagan was talking about everything on the same plane. This one's hit deep to left, but Colthorst waits on the track, and even with the wind, didn't seem to do much to that ball.
Well, he kept that ball outside, and he had to yank it. And by having to yank it, he had to supply a lot more power. The wind didn't help out. See where this pitch is at. It starts to run on him, and that's why he missed it. Had that ball stayed inside, he'd have been able to take it out of the ballpark.
Colthorst with that bad knee got back to the middle of the track and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. And now Tobin Swope, the shortstop, who is 0 for 2. Grounds to third. Nice pick by Stanford.
It was pretty. A lot of times when you get off to the side, it's easier to look the ball in. You worry about that at third, because if you miss it, you're going to lead to a runner being at second base. But great confidence and great hands. He just picked it. He's played a nice third base this whole College World Series.
We've seen from both of these clubs some superior defensive work.
And both clubs, their pitchers throw strikes, and they're active. And so you're going to keep your fielders very active.
Back to the top of the order and fold. And these are the guys who have caused problems for everybody.
I don't
1
think,
through 6.
I don't think we've ever done a game where Fold hasn't had a hit.
No, I haven't.
I mean, I can't remember.
Still looking for that one that would tie Keith Moreland's record of 23. He's stuck on 22 right now. Walked his last time up, officially 0 for 2. 2 outs and nobody on in the Stanford 7th after Rice came back to tie them in the 6th. Breaking ball for a called strike.
Beautiful job of mixing pitches right now.
He certainly found his rhythm since that first inning. And Alex Flanagan reported to you that they were saying everything he was throwing was on the same plane, no bite in it. Check swing to the third base umpire, nothing doing.
You know, if you look at Randy Neiman's numbers, the question is, Jeff Neiman, I'm sorry, will he continue to stay strong? Because remember, last week he got tired and gave up 2 home runs late in that game.
This one grounded to second. Enrique Cruz throws him out. The last 2 innings, Neiman has gotten 6 outs on only 17 pitches. He's rolling. Back at the CWS Championship Series in Omaha, the College World Series. We got cameras everywhere. Trust me.
That is cool right there.
And HD TVs everywhere.
The shots are incredible. But we're sitting here, we get to see what they're seeing at home and here. I mean,
yes, we do. We get
best of
both worlds.
Absolutely.
Ruckty, the catcher, the number 9 man, will lead it off in the 7th. Thought about bunting for a hit. Ruckty is 0 for 2 and 3 for 12 in the series. Tremendous defensive catcher. Harold was pointing out his mechanics earlier, and he's got a gun for an arm, and it's incredibly accurate. He pops out of that crouch.
Yeah, he's special back there, no doubt. You know, he may not win the Johnny Bench Award. I don't even know if he's one of the finalists. I'm sure he is.
Garko is.
Yeah, but Ryan Garko will probably win it because his numbers are just far superior offensively. But what this guy does behind the plate, something else.
And especially with that pitching staff to have the flexibility to have him call 90 to 95% of the game, unlike most catchers in the college game. Swing and a miss there. So one quickly gone here in the 7th. That was the 3rd strikeout for Mccauley. Tonight's game is on ESPN HD, ESPN's new high-definition service, presented by Philips and Best Buy. Honestly, go see a demonstration of it. It will just knock your socks off. We have to talk wider because the picture is wider. It's very difficult. Colcourse to lead it off with that bad knee. He has a triple that led to the first run for Rice in the 3rd inning and crunched it over the head of Sam Fold in center field.
He doesn't swing at very many bad pitches either. He is, you look at 101 pitches now, he makes that pitcher work.
And if you come inside, he's going to lean into it.
Yeah. I'm still amazed at that Cal State Fullerton team. They were hit 117 times this year.
Takes a called strike there, 3-2.
And he'll probably take another one here, 3-1.
3-1, excuse me.
He'll probably take this one here, so you're just being Nostradamus again like yourself. Oh.
Chops at it. Second baseman Lowry has to hustle in, playing that deep, deep second base position.
Yeah, he was really deep. I'm surprised he didn't take that pitch 3-1 there, though, because he's a guy that's going to make contact, and he works the pitcher so well.
2 out, nobody on for Bubella.
Look at how far back Jed Lowry plays. It is pretty remarkable. And the renovation of this place.
If you could, a left-handed hitter could be a drag bunter, he wouldn't get there till you're at second base.
I mean, he's 4 or 5 feet deep in the grass.
Quentin, of course, out in right field with that bad arm. He just has a couple of throws in it, and that's it. And one of Lowry's jobs is to fly out there if anything's hit to right to get the relay throw. This one in the air to straightaway center, and Fold drifts to his left and makes the catch. Another quick inning. 3 up and 3 down for Rice. We have played 7 full innings in Omaha, and it's 3-3.
Coca-Cola brings you championship expressions.
Johnny Ashe had never had a home run in his college career until Thursday. This was his second in 2 games here at the series.
Championship expressions. Coca-Cola, real.
And guess who's leading it off in the 8th? Johnny Ashe, and time called.
And the beach ball out in the right field.
I loved it the other day. Somebody had one on a string. They dropped it on the warning track. The same guy from the grounds crew comes running out all the way from the right field territory, and as soon as he got there, they jerked it back up in the stands. The look on his face was priceless.
Psych. One of my favorite moments was one of the outfielders ran out and was breaking the ball in half. You know, taking the air out of it. Getting booed. He looking at me like, what?
Just wasn't sure where that was going.
I didn't either. I mean, I'm looking at the pitch, trying to talk about.
1-1 to Johnny Ashe to lead it off. Now, Neiman has got to face Ashe, Quentin, and Garko if anybody gets on Putnam, and these guys have just been killing the baseball. In the air to center. Austin Davis drifting way over to left center will make the catch, one gone. We hope you will tune into ABC Sports tomorrow. You'll see final round action from the Buick Classic, currently to Bryony Baird at 11 under. Final round coverage at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ABC in that just dreadful northeast weather again. When I left the hotel, it was just pouring rain up there at Westchester.
Mets and the Yankees have already been rained out in New York City, so it continues to pour all over the Northeast. Bad weather.
We have a great crop of mold. It's almost harvest time. Carlos Quentin against Neiman, who has retired 10 in a row and 15 of the last 16 that he has faced. Quentin on the day 1 for 3. Deep to left. Let's see what the wind will do. Cold forced, only had to go back a couple of steps.
Well, Jeff Neiman has really settled down. We've talked about that already, but now he's locating with his spots, and this ball is far enough outside again where the batter, this time being Carlos Quentin, has to jerk it and supply the power, and he wasn't able to pull it enough.
2 out and nobody on for Garko. Neiman gave up 3 in the first. He has been rock solid ever since, and Rice has come from behind to tie it at 3. $18 home runs and 92 RBIs, and that is in 66 games. You don't see numbers like that very often.
Mike, watch Garko in the box. He'll back up, he'll move around. He uses the batter's box an awful lot. He'll get set, and if he's thinking about a certain pitch, I've watched him back up or move in, you know, different things like that. And most catchers will look at that.
I was just going to say, if you're a catcher, aren't you watching him back up in anticipation of, say, a fastball, or move up in anticipation of a curveball and try to call something else?
You would think.
Little cat and mouse. 0-2 from Neiman. Wanted him to chase a breaking ball. Now, he has thrown the kind of waste pitches we've always talked about.
Yes.
They're close enough to make the hitter think and not 4 feet outside. Missed with a fastball. 2-2.
He's got real active. Remember Hal Morris, he used to walk in the box? Watch Garko's feet. He stayed set that time, but he'll walk occasionally in the box.
Breaking pitch is low, so after getting ahead 0-2, the count goes full. And you can tell the respect that Neiman has for Garko in every at-bat today.
I think if he's going to beat you, he's got to beat you away. I mean, whether it's a fastball or another breaking ball, it's got to be something outside.
Breaking pitch just tipped it foul.
The last thing you want to do is hang something inside where he can go ahead and catch up to one. He's working him. He struck him out on a 3-2 breaking ball last time, and right there was a 3-2 hook again. See him back up.
Another 3-2 fastball. Got that one a little bit inside, fouled off. Up and in, tough to get around on, especially when it's between 90 and 95.
Right. And that 3-2 breaking ball he's thrown him a couple times sets up that fastball a little nicer.
Missed high with a breaker that time, and a base on balls to Garko. Only the second walk issued by Jeff Neiman today.
We're going to get a little conversation from Wayne Graham, but I think Neiman still looks like he's strong and very active on the mound, still into it. A lot of times a pitcher's body motion will tell you, his body language I should say, will tell you, I don't think I have anything left. I think he's got a little bit left, although he's at 117 pitches right now.
On his way out, Wayne Graham was looking down in the bullpen to the closer David Aardsma, who has 12 saves this year. He's the guy they will go to close it out.
Aardsma is one of the nation's top closers, #1 draft pick of the San Francisco Giants, and he has been clocked as high as 97 miles an hour this year, so he can get it up there.
His sister Amanda, who was an actress, has been here before.
And if you're speaking high drama and acting, Mike, how about Putnam?
Danny Putnam goes into tonight 2 home runs, 9 driven in the College World Series. And he has been as solid as it gets in left field for the Stanford Cardinal. This one's lofted to left, going back, Colcourse to the track, and he caught it. Holy cow, what a catch. Wow, could have saved the ball game.
Well, I thought Carlos Quentin had the top catch. Not anymore. Wow.
That was ripped, and this guy's playing on a bad knee that he hurt earlier in the ball game, and he just robbed Danny Putnam. That may be the only way to get him out.
That was incredible.
This was 100 miles an hour into the wall. I'm catching it. Oh, what a play.
Talk about a web jam. Mercy.
Way to go, Chris Colhorst. Chris Colhorst, excuse me, with a play of the week, tied at 3. Dave Ryan has more on Neiman. David?
Zane Curry, the pitching coach for Rice, says that Jeff Neiman is done. Just told Kyle Peterson and I that on the way out to the dugout, out of the dugout and onto the bullpen on the left field line. That Dave Aardsma, the ace reliever, will come in after the tremendous catch made by Chris Colhorst. And what a reaction from Jeff Neiman. I tell you guys, I was just outside this dugout for Rice, an explosion of emotion welcoming back Chris Colhorst after that amazing catch. Remember, he's playing on that bad knee. That's why they call him Grit Man. Not bothered by pain one bit.
And Dave, you know, the guy who probably appreciated that more than anybody was the guy who hit it, Danny Putnam, who has played some brilliant left field in his own right all week long. But that was just sensational. And Harold, you said during the break, that's what wins championships. Plays like that.
Well, it just turns everything around, and especially at the college level, they play such high emotion.
Sinisi trying to get out of a dreadful slump, pops this to shallow left. Putnam will come on and make the catch. 1 gone in the Rice 8th.
It looks like there he's just not getting his hands through like he was earlier. The last swing he had when he lined out the center was a little inside-out stroke too. But if you watched him earlier in the week when they first got here, in the first game he hit that home run, he was really getting his hands through the zone. Now it looks like he's fighting himself a little bit.
Austin Davis, who has a pair of base hits and scored the tying run back in the 6th, is up to 356 on the year and over 500 here in Omaha.
what a pitching performance we've got out of both those guys.
Absolutely.
I mean, Neiman, it looked like his day was over in the first inning, and he battled back to get them all the way into the 8th inning. I mean, incredible.
And Mccauley doesn't have his stuff, but he's had excellent control.
He's been fantastic.
I was surprised when he came back out for the 7th, but he got them quickly. 1, 2, 3. Davis has had 3 great at-bats tonight. A 13-pitch single his first time up, then a line drive to right, then an RBI single. Hits this one hard. Knocked down at first base.
And that's why you guard the lines right there to keep away from the double.
Sinisi able to make the
See him guarding the lines. You want to take away that double late in the game, and that's exactly what they did right there. You can knock it down and easily walk. A nice play by Mr. Hall.
Brian Hall.
Again, the positioning, exact science.
Now Stansberry with 2 out, nobody on.
If you've noticed, both these pitchers late in the game, they went back to, if you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me away. You're going to have to drive the ball to the ballpark your opposite way. And that's to me is great pitching. I've never understood why guys will throw it in somebody's wheelhouse late in the game when you know he's thinking, I want to be a hero. So what do you, if you want to be a hero, you want a ball inside, you can drive.
Shallow left coming on is Putnam, and he will make the catch. Mccauley has retired 7 straight, and we go to the 9th in a great ball game. Stanford and Rice 3-3.
Heading to the top of the 9th, game 1 of this championship series, Stanford and Rice. Dave Ryan, Kyle Peterson outside the Rice dugout. Zane Curry, the Rice pitching coach, Kyle, a moment ago telling us that Jeff Neiman pretty much was worn down, starting to wear down a little bit toward the end of the game. That was the reason for the switch. Now Aardsma's in.
Yeah, and you know, stuff-wise, I thought he still looked great. I mean, he was still throwing 94 in the 8th inning, but nobody knows Neiman like the pitching staff from Rice, and they saw something that they didn't like. They're going to take him out of the game. I like it. He threw over 120 pitches. This guy's got a bright future. You don't want to wear him out in college.
Ryan Mccauley has gone pretty deep for Stanford. How much more can he go tonight?
Well, we saw action in the Stanford Cardinal bullpen, and we don't see any right now, so you'd think that Mccauley's going to come back out. I mean, I would think that he might only have 1 more in him. This is looking like a game that's going to be decided by somebody in a bullpen.
David Aardsma, 22nd pick. San Francisco Giants. Mike, he's out there tonight.
All right, thank you, guys. And Aardsma, one of the nation's premier closers. In to pitch the 9th inning against Stanford. It's a big kid. 39 appearances. That's a school record. 6-3 with 12 saves. And 45 strikeouts in 55+ innings. And an actress sister. Does it get any better?
He's got it all working, doesn't he?
Wow. Lowry leads it off in the 9th. He is 0 for 3 and got on an error. Lowry, Carter, and Hall, the scheduled hitters for Stanford in the 9th inning. A little bit of a herky-jerky in that motion and an arm action.
Yeah, it looks like he holds the arm up there and then all of a sudden explodes.
Line base hit. Bubella over to cut it off and got it back in quickly, but Lowry hits a ringing single to start the 9th inning.
You know, one of the things that the Stanford players had said yesterday was that we faced good pitching all season long in the Pac-10, and then out in California with Long Beach State and everybody else that they get the chance to play against and compete. And so to see good pitching staffs to them is not as surprising as it is to a lot of other clubs.
That's right. First base hit since the 3rd inning. And Carter, the DH, who does not have a sacrifice bunt on his stat sheet. When a guy swings like this, I don't think you ask him to.
No, and that's one thing. You don't all of a sudden, because the situation says, well, let's bunt now, take a guy out of what he does best. Have to stay with what got you here.
2-0 from Ardsma to Carter. Become a more selective hitter this year, drawing more walks. Two months with shoulder surgery cost him an awful lot of at-bats and playing time. Breaking pitch for a called strike. Behind 2-0, he throws a curve.
Gutsy call. Especially when you get the guy throwing in the mid-90s. Okay,
yes, sir.
We'll make curveball here.
2-1 to Carter. Just missed. 3-1. So Ardsma coming on to work the ninth in relief of the ace Neiman, who came in 17-0, gave up 3 runs. You don't think there's pressure? Line to left, going back. Caught! Cold Course did it again. Spun him around and he stabbed it.
Don't hit it to left. My goodness.
And did you see Carter takes that one last look to left field on the way into the dugout? Like, what are you doing out there?
Coming up with some nice. That ball was drilled.
No, you can't catch that.
Wow. Tremendous.
Colkhorst has saved Rice twice.
Tell me they're not playing with some emotion.
Oh,
love it.
Brian Hall now with 1 out. And that one gets by the catcher, Ruckty. And into scoring position goes Lowry down to second.
That's the little break that they were looking for.
Good stuff here now.
Boy, and Ruckty rarely misses anything.
Yeah, he missed that one.
He actually reacted like he may have been crossed up on it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I've seen combination signs with the runner on first base before. Maybe they did, but it's hard to imagine.
We're in Omaha, the first of a best of 3 in the CWS Championship Series. This has been a beauty. One and 0 to Hall. Hit down to third. Knocked down by Stansbury. Kept it in front and throw him out. Nice play.
I'm convinced these guys have not played enough baseball to be fearless yet.
That's right.
He just said, here it is, take it off my chest. Come on, here it is.
It's what third basemen do. It's in the job description.
Knocked it down. I mean, that was something else. Beautiful. He just squared up and just let that ball bounce right off his chest.
And Stanford 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. They have the potential winning run at second with 2 out in the 9th against Rice. Ardsma, the closer, trying to shut down the rally. He'll face Tobin Swope, the shortstop. Breaking pitch, foul outside third. Danny Lucy had come on deck as a possible pinch hitter, but has now gone back.
You know, Tobin Swope is quite a story, too. He sat on the bench for 3 years at Stanford before getting his opportunity to play this season.
Very good defensive shortstop, has not had much luck with the bat. Could be a huge moment for him and the Cardinal against Ardsma. Fastball for a called strike, 0-2. Ardsma's got some stuff, doesn't he?
He hides the ball a long time. And, yeah, he's nasty. I think it was a good move to take Neiman out. It's easy to say right now, but you got to think about this kid's future, too.
Absolutely. And they know what he's capable of. The 0-2. Fisted back on the screen.
Didn't quite put that ball where he wanted it, I don't think. I don't think a slider inside is a good pitch right now, 0-2. You throw something he's got to reach for. And as hard as he's throwing, a fastball up and away is going to be blown by him, or a slider down and out.
0-2 to Swope. Missed with a fastball, high and wide, just like you said.
Good looking pitch right there. Wow.
Gets up there in a hurry. That was at 95, and it looked it.
You see how deliberate he is in his windup, because he's making sure that that runner at second is not picking up his signs.
Breaking pitch in the air. Davis comes in, and back is Cruz. He makes the catch. Another great defensive play by Colkhorst has saved the day for Rice. And we go to the bottom of the ninth. Enrique Cruz will lead it off for the Owls. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth in a great ball game. Stanford and Rice tied at 3 nearly identical line scores. 3-7-0 for Stanford, 3-7-1 for Rice. Mccauley pitching the 9th inning, and he starts off with Enrique Cruz, who has singled twice in this ball game and is now 4 for 14 in the College World Series. This kid has power, and lines this one foul. Tied for the team leading home runs with 10.
That was a good pitch to get him off balance right there. But Mike, he's got some tremendous power. He can drive it to all parts of the ballpark.
Father Jose, who has some time off from the Astros and a chance to enjoy watching his son play in the College World Series. Jose Jr. also had that honor as an All-American with Rice. This one's back out of play and foul again. 2-2 to Enrique Cruz.
We're thinking of Ryan Mccauley. Came in here 7-2 tonight, but in 2 years in the College World Series, he's been giving up 4 runs in 15 innings. Pretty impressive stuff.
This one's popped up, may stay in play for Johnny Ashe, and it does, and Ashe makes the catch. 1 gone in the 9th. 8 in a row retired by Mccauley. Been a special performance from this young man. When you're matched up against arguably the best pitcher in the country, you know you have to come up with something special, and he has. Now faces Eckert with 1 out in the Rice 9th.
And the preparation, because they really did not know who their starter was going to be. He didn't have a whole lot of time sitting around.
Base hit ripped to center by Eckert. The potential winning run is aboard. And now we're going to get a pinch runner. Matt Cavanaugh, who we saw earlier in the season, will come in to run for Eckert. He has good speed. Scored the winning run the other night. You try to do something here, Harold. You have the 8-9 hitters, Giannis and Ruckty, who have not hit the ball all that well. Try to manufacture something.
Well, I think you can hit and run with Giannis, and you got a pitcher in Mccauley who's been around the plate quite a bit. And you're only going to do that if you're up in the count like right now, 1-0, possibly a 2-1. And I think Stanford might have been thinking the same thing. Threw a breaking pitch, first pitch right there.
Giannis is 0 for 3 today, 2 for 15 in the series. And he lines one down the left field line, but it hooks foul. Got the bat head out in front of that one.
Sure did. He got out in front of a breaking ball. Now you just sit back and hopefully you don't hit into a double play on a 1-1 count. Now, I don't know how well Cavanaugh runs. to steal a bag, but difficult to come off the bench cold and expect you to steal a base.
2-1 to Giannis with Ruckty, the catcher, on deck.
It's a hit and run.
Runner goes lofted to right down the line. Quentin comes over. He'll make the catch and doesn't have to make any kind of a throw with that bad arm.
They tried to hit and run right there, Mike.
Trying to manufacture something. Ruckty with a game-winning base hit against Texas, and that's Kavanaugh scoring. So he has been used as a specialist in this situation, and they would love to see another gap shot, this time from Ruckty, and a chance to win the game. And he lines it to right, but directly at Sam Fold in his tracks. So a base hit, but a runner stranded, and after 9, it's 3-3. Stanford and Rice 3-3. We have played 9 full here at the College World Series in Omaha. There's one. Bomb to right center field. The CWS Championship Series continues tomorrow on ESPN. Game 2 of the best-of-3 series at 2:30 Eastern. The game also available on ESPN HD, and if necessary, Game 3 will be Monday night at 7 Eastern. The CWS Championship Series on ESPN and ESPN HD. Neiman went 8. Mccauley went 9. And now Aardsma in his second inning of work. To the top of the order, and Sam Fold. Fold has walked and 0 for 3. As you pointed out before, Harold, this may be the only 0 for 3 game he's ever had out here.
Well, they pitched him really tough. He's usually jumping on that first pitch fastball, and they've kept it away when they've thrown it for a strike or started him off with a breaking pitch, like right there.
Hit on the ground to the second baseman and thrown out easily. First out for Aardsma as Enrique Cruz has been flawless at second base. Here's the line score and some highlights for you. 3-7-0 for Stanford, 3-8-1 for Rice. Mccauley now a full 9 innings and no one warming for Stanford. He may come out for the 10th. Ashe with a solo home run for the Owls. Neiman went 8. Davis 2 for 4, Cruz 2 for 3. Aardsma, who worked the 9th, also working the 10th. And Johnny Ashe took a big hack.
And anything to get another one into the seats.
Ashe may be up there thinking nothing but power anymore with 2 home runs in 2 games. Fastball misses outside.
He has really played himself into the starting lineup too. He came into this College World Series and has taken off.
1-1. Aardsma against Ashe in the 10th. Back up the middle, speared by Aardsma. Nice play.
Let's look at the position that Aardsma finishes in. That's why he's able to catch this ball. Luck. No, he was all twisted up, but he made the catch and threw him out.
Always makes a guy take a deep breath. Always, no matter how good a fielder you are.
Looked like he got a little bit off balance, but he still came up with it. This is a big AB.
Carlos Quentin, power galore, fouls this one back.
This is one they'll be talking about for years to come. These two will face each other somewhere in pro ball again, I'm pretty sure.
I would think so. 3 fly ball outs for Carlos Quentin tonight. On the corner at the knees, wicked.
He paints so well, putting that ball in the black. Tough to hit a guy who can bring out the paintbrush and throw it 95.
Tough may not be the word. 0-2 to Quentin. Struck him out.
How about impossible?
Impossible is the right word. A 1-2-3 inning for Ardsma in the 10th. Rice will come to bat needing 1 to win the opening game of the CWS Championship Series. This one's lofted to left, going back, full course to the track, and he caught it. Holy cow, what a catch! Wow, could have saved the ball game. Let's take a look at tonight's Pontiac high performance moment. That was it, wasn't it ever? And he made another one in the next inning.
And I wonder who's coming up.
This young man has been spectacular tonight. He will lead off the 10th. And Ryan Mccauley, who has thrown 128 pitches, is still on the hill for the Stanford Cardinal. It's a lot to ask of this young man going into the 10th. Called strike to Colkhorst.
He's had quite a night. The great defense, we saw that in the triple, but I think he's been most effective when he's at the plate just working the pitcher.
And that's the last thing that Mccauley needs right now, is somebody to foul off 5 or 6.
That was his 130th pitch right there. 130. I don't think we've had a major leaguer going to the 10th this year at all, ever. Not this season.
I don't think you will unless he's got a perfect game or a no-hitter going in a tie.
Championship game records, there's only been one pitcher who's ever pitched into the 10th inning in a championship game. That's through the years. So he's doing something pretty impressive history right now.
Virtually uncharted territory, but he's behind 3-1 to Colkhorst and walked him. The potential winning run aboard.
Well, I talked about how he works a pitcher, but what a night. You saw him trip and fall. He hurt his knee, and then he came up with the big triple here. He's running on a bad leg. He gimps on in, and then he scores on another play, and then the play off the wall in the 8th inning. The game was tied, and then a line drive Cooper hits off the bat. That was off the left-hander. Make the adjustment. I'm a wide receiver. I'm a quarterback. I'll do whatever you need me to do to win the game.
He's going to remember this night for a long, long time. And now getting some action in the Stanford bullpen, and they're going to go out and stall a little bit.
It's a little late for that stall, though.
Yeah. And up and throwing, Kodiak quick again. So Coach Cheese got ready earlier.
Yeah, and he's been up, so it won't take him long to get loose, but I'm surprised nobody was up to start this inning. I'm really surprised that he's in the ball game. To be honest with you, 130 pitches is way too much.
And they're going to make a change.
What a gutsy performance. They let him go back out there. Man, he gave them some kind of game. I mean, that is an incredible performance by this young man to pitch into the 10th inning. And like you said earlier, Mike, he was up against the nation's top pitcher.
Tremendous matchup for him, and I'm not sure if Mark Marquis is just stalling for Quick to get a couple more throws in. No, Mccauley will stay. 133 pitches with Quick, who has been used as the closer. Remember Manship, who had taken over the closer duties, was the starter in the last ball game. So you are asking an awful lot out of Mccauley, especially after he walks the leadoff hitter and now pitches to Bubella. Squares to bunt, foul down the first base line. Now remember, if there's a gap shot and Colkhorst needs to run the bases to try to score that winning run, if he needs to go hard, he's still got that bad knee that he hurt going over the mound in the bullpen area early in the ball game. Bubella, nice bunt.
Great bunt. Pressure. Oh, what?
Potential winning run is down at second with one away.
Well, I said at the beginning of the game I didn't think they'd win unless Sinisi hit. So he's going to have that opportunity. Great bunt by Bubella to move the runner up.
Sinisi 0 for 4 tonight, including grounding into a double play. 1 for 15 in Omaha.
I'm still stunned that he's out there on the mound.
I am just surprised that they continue to keep him in here.
They're going to put Sinisi on with an intentional walk. See, they may as well let him throw the intentional, get that out of the way so the pitcher coming in to the game doesn't have to start off with an intentional walk.
Hudgens went 135 pitches earlier in the College World Series, and here's Mark Marquis at 135, and he's going to take McNally out of the ballgame. And Kodiak Cochise Quick, that's his real name, comes in to pitch. And a fine hand for Mccauley because he deserves it. Let's go to Dave Ryan and Kyle Peterson. Kyle, you're familiar with this scene, aren't you?
Yeah, 135 pitches, 9 1/3 complete for Mccauley. Are you surprised Mark Marquis makes the change now, Kyle?
I'm a little bit surprised, but at the same time, I think it's a good move. I mean, 135 pitches is a lot of pitches for anybody to throw. Now, the senior's been fantastic in the postseason. He didn't have a great regular season, but in the postseason, I mean, every one of his starts has been great. At some point, you have to go to the bullpen. I mean, we're in the 10th inning, and we're over 130 pitches. You have to think about this kid's future. I give Marquis credit. He took him out at the right time.
You know Mark Marquis, you know this pitching staff, you know a lot about Stanford baseball here. Is this the kind of moment Stanford can respond to well?
Well, I think they can. I mean, historically, Mark Marquis has been a guy who likes to stay with his starters deep into the game, sometimes deeper than other. But at this time, I mean, you've got no choice. You've got to turn it over to your bullpen. Keep in mind, they started their closer to get to this point. So obviously that's figuring into tonight. Matt Manship led the team with 8 saves, but he started 2 nights ago. He might be the only Cardinal pitcher that's unavailable tonight.
Hey, Kyle, let's talk strategy for a second. Ryan Garko looked like he was going to stand up for the intentional walk to put Sinisi on. As a pitcher who comes into the game, is it easier to come in and throw an intentional walk first, or should they have let Mccauley throw the intentional walk and then let Kodiak come in and pitch?
If you're going to walk him, I think you leave Mccauley in for those 4 pitches. I mean, you don't want your reliever coming in having thrown 4 pitches. Now, granted, they're not full speed. At the same time, they're 4 balls. I want him coming in out of the mound after having thrown a strike locked into the zone. In this case, I would rather have my starter walk him, get him out of the game, bring my guy out of the bullpen, see if he can get us out of this inning.
And Kyle, how about the mentality here for Kodiak Quick coming in such a pressure situation? Can he handle this kind of intense competition now?
Well, he's a freshman, but he's been one of their biggest guys out of the entire bullpen the whole year. Mark Marquis and his staff thinks he's the right guy because they had a lot of arms they could go to. They went to the freshman right-hander.
He has a fastball that rides inside and a breaking ball, a big sweeper.
Well, Mike, I think it's interesting. I have to agree with what Kyle was saying, is that if you're going to intentionally walk him, go ahead and let Mccauley throw the 4 lobs and let this young man come in fresh.
Bottom of the 10th, Rice and Stanford tied at 3, game 1 of the CWS Championship Series.
And they're going to go after it.
Fouled off. And Sinisi, I mean, wouldn't that be, even though you do set up the double play, wouldn't that be a bonus for Sinisi who's in that terrible slump?
Well, I still think you're as good as your last at bat, and I still have to play situation. If they get Sinisi out, you still got to get another out.
2 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Fastball misses 1-1.
And slumps get magnified when you look at the numbers. He's had some pretty good swings, and this is one of the top hitters in the country.
Oh, absolutely.
And so he can break out of that little 1 for 15 or whatever it is with 1 swing.
Fastball misses. And Quick, in 35 2/3 innings, has thrown 10 wild pitches. So it has been a problem for this young man. And that took a pretty good stab to corral behind the plate. In the air down the left field line, Putnam can't get there, slams the wall, just foul.
What a great effort again from dueling left fielders in this game.
That's right.
Went a long ways to get even close to this ball, and that's a big out. There's full speed. Watch how hard he hits this wall.
Absolutely no fear in either one of these guys. And, you know, back quickly to Sinisi. I'm really not trying to pick on him. Any feeling I have is more sympathy than anything else, because, as you pointed out, he's been a great hitter all year long. And swung at a pitch down around his ankles there. They'll have to throw him out with first unoccupied.
It was a gutless move by Stanford, and it paid off. He continues to struggle. Now, this is a breaking ball. Hadn't seen this pitch, and that's why you don't waste a pitch early in that bat so the hitter can see it. Showed him fastballs away and everything out, and then he came back with the breaking pitch he hadn't seen. Great job of pitching.
It's up to Austin Davis.
Now, I'd walk this guy. He's been hot.
Yes, he has. Has a couple of hits tonight. Stansberry would be the next man in the order. Strike called. Must have caught a piece of the outside corner at the knees.
Boy, the job our home plate umpire Ken Eldridge has done has been fantastic.
The whole umpiring crew tonight has been all over it. Thought we had a stolen base earlier in the year, or earlier in the game, and it wasn't. Action, 2 right-handers in the Stanford pen. Little tapper. And they throw it away. The winning run will score on a throwing error. Holy cow. Kodiak Quick fielded the ball in plenty of time and threw. And Brian Hall in the collision at first with Davis, and the ball sailed down the right field line. What a way to end such a beautifully played game on a play like that.
Wow. Let's hope Brian Hall is okay and back and ready to go tomorrow.
Davis nailed him in the collision at first.
And it's such a demoralizing loss for Stanford, because you're right, you're out of the inning right here. A little number, he feels it, he does everything he's supposed to do, took his time. Looked like his foot got caught in the grass and he stuck, and it caused the throw off. It caused the throw. See that right there? He stuck his foot in the grass and it caused him to throw the ball off line.
It looked like he had a 5-finger grip on that ball as he went down after it and just tossed it. It sailed. We would have gone to the 11th, and Rice can celebrate. Stanford must be devastated. Let's go to Dave Ryan. David?
Austin, you hit the little dribbler there. What were you thinking when you were chugging down the first base line? Was there a possibility you could get hit with a throw? Were you trying to take out Brian Hall at first base there?
I wasn't trying to take him out. I was trying to just make it complicated for him over there. I mean, I was just running as hard as I could. He made a great pitch and actually fooled me, but it came out the right way.
Is this the type of team that just doesn't want to give up? It seems over and over again you're challenged, and you meet that challenge. The way Mccauley pitched tonight, he was difficult to face.
He did a great job out there. I mean, he had good stuff the whole night. He made us look foolish a couple times, and he pitched a great game, as well as our pitcher Jeff Neiman and David Ardsma did a great job. But I mean, we don't give up. I mean, we haven't all year, and there's no reason to start now.
So another dramatic win. First it was Texas in the battle of that state. Now you're one step closer to a national championship. What's the mentality going to be like tomorrow? Do you have to put the Stanford team away in 2?
I mean, we're looking for one game. I mean, we got our best pitcher on the mound, one of the best. I mean, Wade Townsend or Jeff Neiman, either way, but Wade's a great pitcher. He's a battler all the way, and he did a great job in the Texas game for us the other day. And we're excited to have him on the mound, and we're ready to get the sticks ready.
There's Rice center fielder Austin Davis. Let's go to Alex Flanagan now, joined by Wayne Graham, the head coach of Rice.
Well, Coach Graham, you were sitting here shaking your head. We're putting your hand on your heart. Walk me through your emotions of that last play.
Well, you know, he went after it a little slow, and I knew Austin could run. And then, you know, I don't think he's been out there a lot this year quick. You know, in this situation, he tried to guide it in there a little bit. And, you know, the throw looked like it was on target, but Austin may have got there ahead of the throw. I'm not sure. I have to look at it on film.
You just said to me that you have to come back and do this again tomorrow, but you will do it with Wade Townsend. How do you feel about him starting?
Well, he's definitely got the chutzpah. He's ready to go, I'll tell you that. He thinks he can do it, and that's the kind of guy you want out there with a lot of stuff.
All right, Coach Graham, congratulations. Mike, up to you.
Alex, thanks very much. Wayne Graham and the Rice Owls one victory away here at the CWS Championship Series from winning a national championship. Cole Korst, the defensive star for Rice. He saved the game twice with brilliant plays, and the game ends on a throwing error. Rice comes back from 3 down to win it 4-3. Game 2 of the best of 3 tomorrow at 2:30. For Harold Reynolds, Dave Ryan, Alex Flanagan, this is Mike Patrick. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you tomorrow.